podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Nah, box 12 rounds and ran. Don't respect that.
Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me. So, talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the Boxing Voice.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice. Today is Sunday, and you know Sunday is Crow Day. That'll serve as my crow. I picked the good old Mexican-American Andy Ruiz Jr. to defeat Anthony Joshua. And according to a Google search of Anthony Joshua, he outclassed, outboxed, dominated, destroyed Andy Ruiz Jr. last night. And that's what everyone is here to talk about. Now, we will touch on any other boxing news and or fights that took place this weekend, but I'm sure the majority of everyone tuned in, calling in, listening, will be concerned with Anthony Joshua reclaiming his IBO, IBF, WBA, and WBO belts, moving forward, setting things back in order. So let's head on out to Indiana to my co-host, Michael Gross, the boss.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. 2 to stand over. Turn up. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what up? And shout out to everybody out there in the TBV universe. Back with another one, Sunday flagship. A lot of crow to go around. First thing first, man, big ups to Jamal Charlo with a spectacular performance last night against Dennis Hogan. Also, big ups to Chris Eubank Jr. I know it wasn't the way you wanted to win, but injuries happened, and the guy could no longer continue, and he had to quit. Also, my guy, Navarrete with a 4th round KO out here doing his thing. Love it. But like Ned said, man, the majority of you guys are here for one thing, and one thing only. Call him Mr. Two-Time. Hey, Mr. Two-Time is back in the motherfucking place. Anthony Joshua goes to Saudi Arabia along with Andy Ruiz and takes care of business, and he also captures his belts back from Andy. And it was a lot of things that came out after the fight, things with Joshua, with his health in the previous fight. Also things with Andy in this current fight. He said his trainer said that he could have been injured. Andy said he wasn't working hard, he wasn't training hard. So a lot of things to talk about and a lot of things to get into. What's going on, man? What's going on? I know you couldn't wait.
What up, champ? What up? Yo, Canelo cut him off, man. Canelo cut him off. He's not happy. You know, he let us down. Compa, you let us down. So, I don't know, man.
What you mean Canelo cut it off? Did he say something?
I mean, you don't see the thumbnail? He had a stern conversation with him, man, and it's over. It's over, man. I don't know. He going to have to get back in good graces, man. That's all. He going to have to do something, man. He got to redeem himself. I know there's taxes out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pocket watching. I'm just keeping it real. Cali is expensive. I wanted to relocate once upon a time to Cali, you know, but the water's cold and the taxes are high. And he bought a big piece of land. I hope that he's ready to get back in the ring. Well, I hope that Frost and the endorsements that he did get for this fight are handsome. But, man, how are you, brother? How are you? How'd you sleep? Did you hit any of those parlays? Did you get any luck? What's going on, champ?
Oh, man, the fucking Colts let me down today. They lost by 3 points. If they would have won, my parlay would have been looking flawless. But they did not win, so it is what it is. Only cost me $1. But anyway, Anthony Joshua, man, I want to get to that. I want to get to all the people out there who are speaking negatively about Joshua, you know what I'm saying? Talking about he boxed, he ran, he did this, he did that. You are the same guys that picked Andy in the fight. Why are you not condemning Andy by the way he came in? Or Andy for partying too much? Or Andy maybe being satisfied with being a one-time champion? Why criticize a guy who most people thought he was mentally weak, who was definitely going to get knocked out again by Andy Ruiz, and was a fake hype job? Why are we coming down? Well, I ain't going to say we, but I don't understand why some people on social media want to come down on Joshua when he showed that he had some intelligence in the ring, that he had some levels in the ring, that he came back from adversity and was able to capture his belts back. Ain't that the kind of story we want? A comeback story, a story of triumph in boxing?
Man, you know, it took everything in me not to cut you off. I said, be a good co-host. You know, he probably prepared this opening statement, you know, in front of the mirror. Practice this over and over. Do not interrupt him. But what the internet has taught us is you have to be very careful what you do and say. There's always cameras, recording. There's always a cell phone. There's always proof, evidence. So.
Did he impress you in that Klitschko fight, Fury? In his evasive skills, at least?
Nah. Boxed 12 rounds and ran. Don't respect that. As I always said.
Mike, why'd you smile all of a sudden? I wasn't sharing your face with the public, so don't worry. They didn't see the way that you cracked a smile. Like, oh my God, what the fuck is that?
Nah, I've heard that before online, and I got a response to it.
Oh yeah, hypocritical. I think.
I mean, absolutely.
I'm not done. I'm just giving a copyright pause. You know how I like to do. Make sure they don't hate on us for using good old fashioned evidence.
Like, if I'm the king of Dubai in the olden days, and different empire comes to take my territory, you don't come and steal my treasure.
You don't come and steal my treasure. Wonder what treasure he's talking about. Oh, it's the bells. He's talking about the bells, right? He's talking about the bells. Don't come steal my bells, you know? I get you, AJ. All right, thanks. Hold on a minute. Let me go back to AJ.
That's what Fury done, I think. He stole the belts from Klitschko in a sense. Like, he just boxed and moved. I know it's the art of boxing, but I always said that you come to slay the king. You look him in his face, you know, and you take what's his. And that's what I think means.
So he said, I know it's the art of boxing, but, you know. So back then, he didn't like boxing. Then he got his ass kicked, had a few conversations with Vlad, and all of a sudden needs to box and the art of boxing.
Hey, man, look. One thing that I have to say about that, but man, a famous quote comes from Malcolm X. He said, "If I'm the same man that I was last year, then I have wasted a year of my life." And it seems like, not Andy, but AJ has come to terms with that. I know what he said, you know what I'm saying, and I don't agree with it, you know what I'm saying. I'm a fan of heavyweights getting knockouts, but sometimes when you got to get a victory, you got to win, and you have to make people kind of eat their words, you know what I'm saying? You have to ensure the victory, and that's what he did last night. I'm not a fan of seeing heavyweights go 12 rounds, but I was always intrigued in that fight to see what Joshua gas out, or would Andy cut that distance and reach him with that right hand. But Joshua did what he had to do, and congrats to him for, you know what I'm saying, evolving, you know what I'm saying, and coming out of that not liking boxing phase.
Nah, boxed 12 rounds and ran. Don't respect that.
Say what you want, man. People evolve. People get better. People get more intelligent in the ring, and he recognized that he had an advantage over Andy, and he did not succumb or let that advantage slip away.
Nah, boxed 12 rounds and ran. Don't respect that.
Let me share
Did he
it.
impress you in that Klitschko fight, Fury?
Just in case anybody didn't remember where this interview came from.
Box 12 rounds.
Remember AJ in Dubai? Here he goes. So it's out there.
Like,
it's out there. You can find this, you know? People like, give me the link. Give me the link. Give me the link. Give me the link. You're making it up. That's a voice translator.
So what is it? What you want from AJ? You know what I'm saying? You one of the guys that thought a rematch wasn't the smart thing to do. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't go back into a rematch. He wasn't not going to win. His career could be in jeopardy of being over.
I want what Wilder did in his rematch. When he rematched Deverne, he knocked him the fuck out. When he rematched Lewis, he knocked him the fuck out. And I'm sure when he rematches Fury, he's going to knock him the fuck out. Rockman rematched his guy that beat him. He knocked him out both times. I mean, I just want what heavyweight boxing is supposed to give us. That's all.
But we criticized, and we did Wilder for not winning those rounds in the Ortiz fight, but he did get the knockout. So how can we criticize AJ for making those rounds, like winning those rounds?
I'm criticizing him because it was a boring fight. What the public is telling you. Public is telling you this.
I thought it was a suspenseful fight. I mean, I wouldn't label it.
Yeah, all the suspense was in, is it going to happen again? When we realized that it didn't, that there was going to be no action, that it was just going to be a jab fest, then we was like, okay, this ain't what we thought. This isn't our Thriller in Manila the way we were selling it. This isn't that. This was a survival.
So you blame
fight.
AJ for using what God gave him his natural advantage, but we're not blaming Andy Ruiz for not cutting off the fucking ring.
No, I blame AJ for being hypocritical.
Let me finish.
Box 12 rounds and ran.
I blame him for being hypocritical. I don't respect that. I don't respect that. I don't respect that.
Come in shape for the fight.
All I'm doing.
He said he partied too much.
All I'm
he made
doing.
1,000 excuses, but we're not blaming him.
All I'm doing is taking AJ's word for it.
You can play Andy Ruiz soundbite when you apologize to everybody and shit.
Is that my argument or is that yours?
Oh, wow.
Is that my argument or is that yours?
It's cool, bro.
I mean, Anthony Joshua said he don't respect it. He said he don't respect it. Until he comes out now and says, look, I respect the sweet science. I think there's some sort of space for that, then fine. But he said he don't respect boxing. He said if this was the old days, you got to conquer the king. That's what he said. You want the full clip or you just want this one?
Box 12 rounds and ran. Don't respect that.
I don't respect that. He said that.
When does the king not come in shape? When does the king does not come in?
Oh, we never said Ruiz was a king. We never said Ruiz was a king.
What?
We never said Ruiz was a king.
Earlier on this not earlier today, but
come on, Mike, you reaching.
You said Ruiz has a bigger opportunity to be bigger than Canelo because he's an everyday guy.
Yes,
he's an average
yes,
guy.
but and I had that attached to what, Michael? Come on, you spinning, you spinning. I had that attached to what, Mike? Listen to me.
On a man who went out there and did what he needed to do against another guy who didn't come in and did nothing. Didn't cut off no ring. Didn't come in shape. Made excuses. That's what he did. That's what the guy you picked did. Not AJ.
So, Mike, can you just be truthful to the people? When I said that Andy could be as big as Canelo, I said that contingent to him beating AJ twice in the same fashion. I was very specific about him having to do it in that fashion again. Just like I was very specific that if AJ lost in that fashion again, I thought he might consider retirement. I didn't say if AJ got outboxed. I didn't say if Ruiz just squeaked the win. No. Ruiz had to do what he did in the first fight. Now, if you want to twist the truth to, again, pander to the UK, that's fine. I've been through enough people try to do that on these big UK fights.
Where credit is due, not fucking point at a dude and say, oh, you didn't fight how I wanted you to fight, so it's no good. The other nigga you picked did not come in prepared for the fight at all. His trainer coming out making excuses for him. He injured. I was calling Andy on the phone trying to get him in the fucking gym. Is that a real champion? Get the fuck out of here.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And neither is the one that is afraid to fight, clinching, and only jabbing.
Klitschko made a career off that, but it's cool.
Exactly why the networks didn't respect Klitschko.
And he still got paid.
And the fans didn't respect Klitschko.
He still got paid.
And AJ.
Nah, boxed 12 rounds and ran. Don't respect that.
He didn't respect that either, so, you know.
Still came back and did a big fight with AJ over in women, 90,000.
Mm-hmm.
Still got his money.
Hey, it's funny, you wasn't on that show, but I was telling the UK callers that. I'm like, why is it that you guys are calling in talking about money? But now they even got you doing it. I guess you really got your citizenship. We're talking boxing and the fact that he's being hypocritical about a statement he made involving boxing, and you're talking about, oh, he still got paid. Yo, he still got paid. Yeah, he still got paid. Yo, you on the sheep mode. They got you, man. They got you. You talking sheep right now. You using key points that the UK people do. When you lose in an argument, you start talking money.
You brought up the fact that Klitschko got his HBO shit untelevised. But my point is there was still TV networks overseas willing to pay money. And don't forget, let's not forget, when the Klitschko versus AJ fight happened, HBO and Showtime was fucking battling over that fight. So much so, they put it on both networks. Nobody want to see Klitschko, though. No, I wouldn't want to see that fucking guy fight. He's a fucking boring fighter. But still, 2 primetime networks put this fight on.
What was the common denominator, Mike? Again, not being truthful with the audience. Anthony Joshua was the common denominator.
They don't want to put
both networks. Both networks. I let you speak. But I can see you're triggered. You're triggered. You're triggered. You have a mixer.
Sound bites to win an argument, my nigga.
And I'm making. It seems like it's triggered you.
I got this right
It's triggered you.
It's easy.
Are you triggered?
I'm triggered.
I don't know. You seem awfully touchy.
Touchy about what? Because you hating on a guy? What? Of course. When credit's not given to a certain guy,
touchy. I'm gonna be touchy. I mean, I think you're touchy when I ask you to be truthful with the audience. You're making these blanket again cutting me off. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'll let you talk. I'm sorry. He is really upset today.
Yeah,
I don't want to lose another co-host, so I'll just let you talk. Whenever I could talk, you let me know, okay?
Go ahead, Ness. It's all your man. Your show, man. Take it away.
Oh, thanks. Because again, I don't want to upset you. I don't want you leaving, quitting. I'm giving you the floor. I see you're triggered.
What am I triggered about? I'm not from the fucking UK.
I don't know. You're triggered, bro. I mean, you don't let me talk.
You're not giving that guy the proper
Here he
credit.
goes again.
You said I'm triggered. Ask me a question. Then you want to put your hands back. Like, what's going on?
I don't know. I mean, you sound a little upset. I just don't want you to be upset.
Anything else you want to talk about this topic? I mean, we can move on to the.
Well, again, I guess I have to go back to this Klitschko thing since you made a blanketed statement and didn't want to, be truthful with the listeners. The bottom line is Klitschko was not on HBO, and the only time they, as you say, were bidding or a bidding war was the common denominator, Anthony Joshua. Both networks wanted Anthony Joshua.
Was Fury and Klitschko not on HBO?
Yes.
Thank you.
And what was the fight before that? Or the fight after that?
I don't know. My history in boxing don't go that far.
Exactly. Again, not giving the listeners context. Again, Tyson Fury, if Tyson Fury is big enough to come to again, you're cutting me off. You asked me a question, I'm answering, you're cutting me. I don't know. If you're triggered, brother, you can talk. You can talk. No, because I don't want to get into that type of argument.
If you put the camera on me, the people can see.
I don't want to get into that type of argument where everything we're saying is being cut off. Like, I'm letting you talk so that you don't get mad. I don't understand.
How are you letting me talk by talking when I'm talking? Cool, though. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike. I'm done.
No,
I'm done. I'm done. I'm moving on. Obviously, this Klitschko thing is touchy for you.
Klitschko, Wichko, I don't care. Michael Hunter and Alexander Povetkin battled to a draw. It was a real good fight. I thought maybe Povetkin could have possibly did enough to win the fight, even though Michael Hunter had some success in that fight. I thought the overall title of that fight was leaning towards Povetkin, and he showed some endurance that I didn't see in previous fights. He was going to the body well too, like Hunter. He had caught Hunter with a nice body shot, but Hunter caught him with some punches too. So I mean, I can see how you can get a draw, you know what I'm saying? But even though I picked Hunter on the show, I thought Povetkin was out there to do was doing good and was landing some good shots on Hunter and made Hunter kind of move around the fight, you know what I'm saying? Made it Povetkin's kind of pace and his kind of fight.
I felt Hunter won, in my opinion. I wasn't really happy with the draw. I mean, it was better than him being robbed. But I know I watched it with a few people, and they felt Povetkin was doing enough. I really liked Hunter. He's very awkward. I know that he's not traditional because he jumps in, and he could be caught jumping in. But I think that awkwardness is what kind of rattled Povetkin, and I felt like Hunter was also more active than Povetkin. I don't understand why it was as close as it was, but it was obviously a close fight because, again, like I said, the people I was watching it with, we were split on it. But I like Hunter, man. I like what he does, so like to see him back.
Yeah, well, I like to see a possible rematch. You know what I'm saying? I don't want these guys to lead this as a draw. I thought it was a pretty entertaining fight. Both guys was landing some big shots. So I would hope that they do a rematch since it was like for a WBA eliminator or something like that. I would love to see the guys do it again.
Yeah, I hope, instead of going anywhere else, there definitely isn't any closure on it. And if you're Hunter, you don't want Povetkin to end up fighting someone else because he's looking old. I really thought Hunter was going to stop him because he was just hitting him with in the early rounds anyway. He was hitting him with a lot of shots, walking him across the ring, but really couldn't land perfectly. He needed that perfect shot. But again, if I'm Hunter, I don't want Povetkin to end up fighting another name and they catch him 6 months, a year older when Hunter already put in that work.
Yeah, man, I think definitely you don't want somebody else capitalizing off of you having a pretty competitive fight, you know what I'm saying? And it may boost up Povetkin up in the rankings. So I think the best thing for Hunter and Povetkin is possibly fighting each other again because I don't see where they necessarily go if they don't fight each other. I know it's heavyweights out there, but I think you got some unfinished business with Povetkin and Hunter, you know what I'm saying? So definitely should get it on again.
Yeah, man. Better for him than anyone else getting it. That's all I'm saying, because it'll be bad for Hunter if a guy like Hrgovic gets the shot at Povetkin. Not that he looked good. I don't think they'll go for Povetkin anyway after Molina fucking dog walking his ass with right hands. That shit was crazy.
And he was the fucking reaching right hands too. It wasn't even like he was in the pocket. Molina just wild right hand and land on his ass.
Winding them shits up. It was telegraphed, still landing. I mean, crazy because Hrgovic is with a Cuban trainer and Pedro Diaz. You would think technically he would be a little more sound. There was a lot of hype on this amateur background. It didn't show up. It didn't show up when it was supposed to. This was a high profile fight in the sense that it was on this, gigantic card that got so much attention. So that's what I'm gonna remember. I'm remembering Hrgovic getting hit with so many. Like, honestly speaking, has he ever looked this good, Molina?
I mean, I've only seen like 3 or 4 Molina fights, so I don't.
Okay,
know.
so that's
Maybe
even better. That's
Areola?
even better.
Did he look good against Areola?
I thought he got knocked out in one versus Areola. I'm pretty sure he got knocked out in one versus Areola. Areola was the first dude to fight him. They was both undefeated.
I can't even say he looked good. I mean, even
he hurt Areola early, but then he got knocked out. I'm pretty sure I'm Googling it though now.
Even though he was landing shots on Hrgovic, I didn't never see Hrgovic like in any kind of
he was never hurt. He was never hurt.
Yeah. So I mean, even though he landed shots, but Molina just keep on turning his back to people, bro. I don't fucking get
all
it,
the time. Man. He should get fined for that. He should get fined because it's like we know you don't even want to fight. Like, you turning your back not to get hit, taking these fake knees. Let me see here. Yeah, Chris Arreola was the first one to knock him out in the first round.
Got you. But Hrgovic, you know what I'm saying? Got to go back to the drawing board. Got to straighten things up. If short guys are having that kind of success on you, then guys like Fury, Wilder, AJ, tall guys are really going to have you're going to have a problem with. But the knockout,
before we move on, just let me know, like, who would you want to see him fight next? He's ranked number 14 on BoxRec, so I'll just give you a gauge. But you should know top 10. Those are easiest to find. But I guess the 4 in front of him are, Joseph Parker, Michael Hunter, Adam Kopnacki, and Derek Chisora.
I would want Derek Chisora since they're on the same side of the field. I don't know if Parker and Chisora are ever going to get it on. Hopefully they do. Maybe you even you put him in there with Povetkin or Hunter. You know what I'm saying? It seems like he wants to move fast. So I don't think a sidestep Molina like we've seen in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Who he fight? Some Mexican guy named Herrera or something like that?
Mario Heredia, something like that.
Yeah, man. We don't need that. Like, he needs to progress. So, and he's been talking about Big Baby, I think, in Chisora. So I definitely, man, I want to see him in there with a level up from Molina.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't even go a level up. He's ranked 14 on BoxRec. I would look backwards. Dominic Brazil is a solid test. Dominic is going to offer more resistance and offensive pressure than Molina. Christian Hammer, good common opponent. Gerald Washington, good common opponent. Charles Martin, good common opponent. I don't want to see Hughie Fury. Hughie needs a solid win. Win-win. David Price, he's on that side of the street. I wouldn't mind that. Didn't he just win? Did David just win?
David Price?
Yeah.
Hell no, he got his ass beat by Chisora.
Chisora. Carlos Takam, good common opponent.
Good opponent.
Duhaupas. That dude was durable. Duhaupas. I hope they don't give him Mariusz Wach, because Mariusz Wach, I know he looked good versus Whyte yesterday, but look, man, he doesn't normally look good. That shit was because Whyte, was depressed or whatever.
I think Dominic Brazil is a touch too far. I think he's not ready for that level quite yet. I think Brazil has a big punch, has the range, and he understands how to use his range. So I think that's a tad too far. But a Hammer type or a maybe even a Robert Helenius, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Mariusz Wach, I know. But I think he's still like that kind of level where it can progress him, but not too fast. I think Brazil maybe a jump too far.
Supermax with the super chat saying, how many times Floyd say he was going toe-to-toe and didn't? The rules don't change for the heavyweights. Can't be mad for dude getting the win as he needed.
Rod 870 says, my man Ness with the evidence. I love it.
Nah, boxed 12 rounds and ran. Don't respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Rod pick.
Neither do boxing fans, man. Boxing fans wanted a boxing fight. Not
UK Mike
skates.
Rod coming back. UK Mike says, UK Mike praising a man protecting his chin running. Hey man, if you know that's your motherfucking weak point, do what you gotta do to win. I can't blame a man for knowing his weakness and motherfucking defending against it. Andre Diacono also says, that's why y'all really mad. That's why y'all really mad. Andre Diacono says, I lost 150. 67% of my bet went to Ruiz in Vegas yesterday. Ruiz needs to be dropped to the bottom of PBC roster. He was an embarrassment to the PBC brand. I ain't going that far, bro. I understand he ain't coming in shape, but he ain't get knocked out. He ain't quit. He ain't, don't say he's an embarrassment, bro. Y'all been a little bit too harsh.
Nah, Mike, there's no excuse for coming in that shape for the biggest fight of your career, man. This is the biggest fight. People, and even he, and look, that's why that Juan Marquez show did so well that morning. Marquez said it. He said it, bro. It's like, yo, by him saying I've already accomplished my goals, he put fear in Marquez's heart. Marquez questioned him like, yo, is he going to be ready? Is he going to be 100%? Are we going to have that same Andy or you know, did the fame and the money get to him? So, I don't know, man.
Yeah, man. Now, I know that Andy had newfound fame and newfound fortune, so a lot of people will probably put him in different directions. And like Waddle told him, you know what I'm saying, like, with this lifestyle comes a lot of opportunities and a lot of engagement. Sometimes you got to say no to some of them, but it seemed like Andy was just having fun, maybe not training as hard as he needed to. But at the end of the day, I can't fault him, man, for living his life. The only thing I can say is what I've seen. He didn't come prepared in the ring. I'm not going to mention or comment on what he did outside of the ring, but things like that. When it comes to the fight, it was evident. It was evident why he left his shirt on at the weigh-in. It was evident he left his shirt on until he got ready to fight, literally. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Just sad that you don't take the biggest opportunity of your life seriously. That is the letdown.
Dillian Whyte, Mariusz Wach.
Yes. Man, I just listen. I think that we should do like a show a week on WBC overturning Dillian Whyte's status. He's clear now. Let's get this fight. I say let's try and make it happen immediately. I know it's impossible to happen before the Tyson Fury fight, even if the WBC comes out tomorrow and says, look, we're overturning our decision to have Tyson Fury as the mandatory, Dillian Whyte as the mandatory. Is there ever a world where they would say Whyte before Fury?
No world.
Because I don't see, when is it going to happen then? I don't see this one happening, though. But I want it.
I think the right thing is to do, since he got cleared by UKID, even though they said it was some small trace in his system, he was clear. It was found of no wrongdoing. So, as Mr. Suleiman stated on the show, if he's cleared by the UKID, then we will lift our suspension and place him back at mandatory. I don't understand how you do that when you name Fury the mandatory and the fight is going to happen. So are we going to strip Fury from being the mandatory and just see that as a voluntary, or are we going to make Wilder fight 2 mandatories in 1 year? How is that going to work?
I don't know, man, but I just want this fight. The fact that people are still beating the drum after watching Dillian Whyte versus Mariusz Wach, like, he had a swollen eye by Mariusz Wach.
I'm beating the drum, nigga. He fooled. That's easy money. Well, I'm telling you.
It been easy money.
Yeah.
I've been told Wilder out loud on this show in person in Alabama. I said, man, take that $5 million for Derek and that $8 for Chisora, for Dillian, long time ago. But you know what? The weight-in, both those guys' values went up. Derek Chisora's value went up since then. So I'm sure a fight with Derek is worth more than $5 million now for Wilder. And Dillian, you know, I don't know that his value went up. And hear me out first. I know that it did because his resume indicates that. But he took a bit of a hit in terms of the momentum. Because I think the popularity, he's getting it back by the vindication, even though Americans are not buying the vindication.
A lot of things in that vindication that I really didn't necessarily understand and agree with, but you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. Looking at Dillian Whyte, I mean, the fight with Mariusz Wach, maybe it was delayed notice, maybe he didn't prepare physically. People got their excuses, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't look that good against a guy that was stopped by Mark McCauley, that was stopped by Jarrell Miller. So with that being said, I thought that Dillian Whyte was a better fighter than both Jarrell Miller and Mark McCauley, you know what I'm saying? But it seems that Big Baby Miller might be a fight that he should possibly look at in the interim if he can't get the fight with Deontay Wilder. and I wasn't like I don't want to sound like I'm being hard on Dillian, but the fight, it was a good scrap. Don't get me wrong, it was a good scrap because both guys were trading, but I was just expecting Dillian to dominate that guy and get him out of here, you know what I'm saying, based off what Wach did in his previous fights. He wasn't able to do that. Like I said, maybe it was a short time getting ready. Maybe he didn't train properly, but yeah, it wasn't a great showing for Dillian Whyte this past weekend.
But Mike, when doesn't he look like this? I think the pass that you guys have been giving him is that he's looked like this versus top-level opposition, or arguably top-level opposition. So you guys thought like, oh, he's supposed to look like this. Similar to what Canelo says, like, yo, my fights are tight because I'm fighting the best in the world. So when he was hanging off the ropes, you know, like some clothes that needed to be dried in the Joseph Parker fight, it was okay. When he was banging with AJ and got knocked out, it was allegedly okay, even though he punched after the bell and really was looking for a way out. So all that was okay. But now it's Wach. And like you said, you know, lesser men have beaten him in better fashion. And now it's still okay because his fandom is saying, hey, he's out. He had short notice. Meanwhile, every other elite fighter on his level fights twice a year. So he knew he was going to fight. We knew he was going to fight. We reported months ago that it was rumored he was going to fight.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely did. And like fighters always say, they know before we know when they're going to fight and pretty much who they're going to fight. They get a list, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's different from any promoter, you know what I'm saying? I think the fighter knows who they're going to fight and when they're going to fight. So for Dillian Whyte not to be fully prepared, and you know that there are, you know what I'm saying, just playing devil's advocate, there are people out there who think since he was under so much scrutiny that maybe he couldn't do what he normally did in camp, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he was, you know what I'm saying, came in at a career high 271. Who knows? That's all I'm saying, man. So at the end of the day, Dillian Whyte has to go back to the drawing board, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he gets that mandatory position back. But looking like that against Wach, bro, I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna last 4 rounds with Wilder. You will get knocked out.
Tell me about it, bro. I just want them to make that fight as soon as possible. But even you know, I think Whyte was pretty honest. I heard him say something like he needed a couple of fights. He didn't say it in the context of Wilder, but in the context of like being out of shape, so to speak.
Yep. Also on that card we had, Mahammadrasul versus Majidov versus Tom Little. He got a second round knockout of Tom Little in that fight. Tom Little was just there to be an opponent. Step ladder on the way up. Didn't really, you know what I'm saying, see too much I could take away from this fight, so I got to watch Majidov some more. But he has a good frame on him, you know what I'm saying. Looks like he's about 6'3", 6'4", so... and look like he got a little pop to him too, so we'll see how his career progresses.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
And my guy, man, Diego Pacheco got slid in right before the main event and got a impressive first round knockout of a guy that I never heard of. What's his name? Giving him proper credit. Selemani Saidi. Yeah, he got knocked out first round. It was kind of a scary moment because they were in the ring over him for like 4 or 5 minutes, and I didn't know what was going on. So,
bro, I didn't know where they found that dude at.
Yeah, he was straight up and down, and he ain't have no lateral movement. Diego Pacheco, man, showing that he might be a player, you know what I'm saying, later on in his career. I'm excited about Diego, and I'm ready to see him progress and see what 2020 holds for him.
Yeah, I'm with this person in the chat, man. How you get out of shape in your profession is to be a boxer. That's what I'm talking about. That shit, I can't let him slide for that. He got to start at the bottom of the list, man. Start all over, beat some guys, you know. Go out there, beat all the fat heavyweights. Start with Kaufman. Go with Areola. We're gonna give you the same victory lap we wanted to give him in the past. We're gonna give it to him now, as a a contender. But he got to work his way back up, man. He got to work his way back up. I know that easily because he's an opponent with that name now. Now he becomes a barometer. So he might not even end up fighting that level of person. He might not even end up, a Kaufman or an Areola because his name value is already big. So that's going to suck, man. He might end up in another big fight because he was in this big fight.
Yeah. I think he's definitely going to be in another big fight. If he's able to go over there and get a couple wins, you know what I'm saying, maybe string along some good, impressive victory by knockout, I think he might get a shot at Wilder because it seems like the Wilder versus Joshua fight, you know what I'm saying? Both guys have some things that they got to do. Wilder got Fury. Joshua got the mandatories with Pulev and Usyk, and I firmly believe that he will fight both those guys next year and try to keep those belts. I don't think he's going to want to give up any belt anytime soon. But I think that fight, if both guys come through next year, I don't think that fight happens until 20, like summertime maybe. And that's me being generous, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a lot of bad feelings on both sides. You can hear AJ and Eddie talking, you know what I'm saying? They're like talking about like that they're not even worried about Wilder and things like that. And we heard Wilder, you know what I'm saying, in the past not really being happy with the way the whole deal and things went down. So a lot of bad blood on both sides, but hopefully they can come together and give everybody the fight that we've been talking about if both guys come through next year unscathed.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if PBC were smart, they would do an immediate Wilder and Ruiz pay-per-view. But the problem is that Ruiz didn't make any good account of himself. Like, he didn't make any good account of himself. But they could have done it, off the fame that he gained, man. He obviously gained fame. Even AJ gained like 500,000 subscribers on Instagram yesterday. So
that's crazy. How many more new people you can touch every day? You know what I'm saying? It's fucking amazing, man. And they were trending, you know what I'm saying, on my Twitter. So
that's what I'm saying.
Boxing,
if he would have just looked better, Mike, see, because it's almost impossible to sell it now. But when you beat AJ and you was the giant slayer, you could sell it. So if you would have lost to AJ and made a good account, came in shape, tried, maybe we could have sold it. And that's why I want him to start at the bottom. He got to start at the bottom. Don't try to sell us this dude as a Wilder opponent just because he was in the ring with AJ.
What do you feel about a third fight, though, between AJ and Ruiz? He was pretty...
Absolutely not. You see what my thumbnail says? Hell no. No rematch. The fuck? Why are we giving him a rematch? Come on, bruh.
You said he'll come in
bruh, shape. You said that this time. I'm not believing you twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not giving you the opportunity to fool me twice. You start at the bottom of the list. That's it. It's reset.
I think he might get a fight with Areola sometimes.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's the bottom. That's the bottom. That ain't no title shot. That ain't no eliminator. That's the bottom. That's fine. That's rebuild. That's what he needs. But he should not get thrusted into no Adam Kovnacki eliminator shot, vacant shot, no Wilder shot. No. He did not do right by us.
I actually think that Adam fight would be a pretty good, decent little scrap right there.
And that's what I'm saying. We as boxing fans should not accept him in a big level fight off of this. You just fooled us. Thank God it was the zone for $20 or $8 if you paid for the year. You fooled us. You just fooled us. Had this been on pay-per-view, we would have lost $100. We would have lost $75.
If you a name, how many times we see AB get a motherfucking fight?
Mike,
bro,
come
AB
on, Mike.
Lost to Mikey Garcia.
But Mike, why you always do that? I don't understand.
Being real, he a name though. I'm being like, we get AB all these chances. He got a Pacquiao fight. What the fuck?
And he did, and you were not happy. You were not happy. So we know keep. All I'm asking you is to keep that energy. If you knew The AB and Pacquiao fight wasn't pay-per-view worthy because AB was coming off a lot. Keep that energy. Then Ruiz ain't worthy. If you knew Amir Khan wasn't fucking worthy for Korobov, keep that energy. Ruiz ain't worthy. Why you gonna say, yo, Ness? Nah, it don't matter. We seen they do it anyway. You see what they did? No. We gotta get together as boxer fans. Say we not standing for Ruiz to get another big fight off the back of this bullshit performance, coming in overweight and making a million excuses. Everything we criticize AJ for? No.
I'm not saying get a fucking pay-per-view fight. That is not what I'm saying. But a fight with him,
bro. If he get a fight with Wilder, what the fuck you think it's gonna be?
I'm not even saying. I said Kownacki. I didn't bring Wilder. I'm saying
even Kownacki would be too big of a fight, regardless of pay-per-view, because Kownacki is on the cusp of a title shot. Ruiz does not deserve to come right back around. The same way, you see what I'm saying? I hate that I get called by, my energy's the same. Jack Goldclay ain't deserve to be in 2 eliminators back-to-back off of losses. My energy's the same. Andy don't deserve it. He don't deserve it. He didn't do it. That's not fair what he did. That's not fair.
And over in the sport of boxing, it always shows, I'm just being real with you. It ain't about what you deserve. It's about what you can bring in to the motherfucking fight. Andy Kownacki gonna bring some good numbers, I'm telling you.
It's a good fight, Mike, but he don't deserve it off of this performance. He need to rebuild. Not fair. It's not fair that he pulled the wool over the people's eyes, man.
Yeah, we got a super chat coming in from Cass. AJ fought like a wimp. White looked like a blimp. All right, let's move on to this Showtime card. I believe that's the last time we had on that card. Jermall Charlo gets the knockout of Dennis Hogan, man. One thing, man, I got to admit about Jermall Charlo, bro. Every time that I watch him fight, man, it reminds me how much I like this guy, bro. The punch selection, that uppercut that he caught old boy with and knocked him down and made him do a backflip, that was about timing, recognizing, and precision. He caught that nigga with it clean, you know what I'm saying? And the hook that he caught him with that eventually pretty much sealed the deal. He feinted with the jab and came with the left. He feinted with the straight right and came with the left hook. So clean, bro. Like Jermall Charlo, man, is one of those guys that has a high skill level that works behind his jab. And I know Dennis Hogan is not the opponent that we probably wanted to see, a guy moving up from 154, a guy that I had beaten and that I've been saying it over and over again. He beat Jaime Munguia, but nevertheless, it really wasn't what we wanted to see. But like Jermall Charlo said, like, y'all just want me to not fight and not get no money? I wanted Canelo fight. He didn't want to fight me. I wanted Triple G. They didn't want to fight me. I got to fight somebody, and did this with the promoters and things put in front of me. But one thing that I did not like from Jermall Charlo, and listen right now, in that interview, when he said, if dude keep talking, referring to Chris Eubank Jr., I'm not going to bless him with the opportunity. He was fighting on my undercard. Bruh, that's the same reason why we fighting for you right now to get that Canelo fight, because Canelo didn't think you was worthy. So how can you try to son somebody and be an A-side when that's why we fighting for you?
Bruh.
Like, really? Now, look, everybody who had that energy about Canelo and y'all ride with Jermall, y'all got to change y'all energy when it comes to Canelo, because if it's good enough for Jermall to say that shit, it's good enough for Canelo to do that shit. Straight up.
I've been watching boxing long enough to always watch the B side turn into the A side, turn into the diva side. They all do it because they all got tired of it getting done to them. That's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. Everybody had some sort of concession they had to submit to until they became the A side, and then they made them do it, you know? So Charlo is in the A side now in this predicament, you know? He's in the A side, and he's gonna talk that way. I'm not mad at him, but you know, I caught this on Instagram. You know, I seen the knockout and shit.
Man, you got Showtime, man. Come on, Ness.
I went to sleep, champ. You know I fell asleep, man. AJ
ain't putting on like the next morning just to have it in the background playing?
Bruh, you know I forgot to record it. I was looking for it too this morning. I'm sure they're gonna put it on demand, but they ain't have it on demand. And it's not on YouTube like a legit source, so you know I don't do the copyright thing. But the knockout's on Instagram, bro. He got it on his Instagram, so is there. I seen it. He faked the jab and hooked my man, and it was a one-punch knockout. And then I read a story, and he dropped him 3 times too. And it's nothing that I wouldn't expect. I mean, that's the same thing that Gennady Golovkin used to do to 154-pounder. So, he doing what he's supposed to do to dudes that's moving up. It's just nothing that I was interested in. Like Dennis Hogan, people could call in and try to make him be whatever he's not, but he's not. You know what I mean? Like, he's just not.
He's a good boxer.
All that talk about starting at 75, like, he started, but, like, from what I seen on BoxRec, he's got years fighting at 55, or 54 or whatever. So he's a 54-pounder. He moved up for this opportunity, and he got crushed. It's I want to see Charlo in some real fights, man.
Yeah, me too. Definitely
I'm sad I didn't get to see the Eubank fight because that's the one I wanted to see to have the comparison. Because there's so many. Yeah, I know there was an injury, so it's always something with poor Korobov, man. He gets a draw in the Immanuwel Aleem fight. People believe he gets robbed in the Charlo fight. Peter Quillen pulls out of the fight. Now in this fight, an injury happens. It's just like, that's the fight I'm upset that I missed because I want to see, is Chris Eubank a real opponent or is he just another name, another way of building? Because who has he beat? Nick Blackwell? Like, who's his biggest win? Fucking Reginald Quinlan from Australia? Like, New Zealand or some shit like that? Come on, bro.
He got James DeGill and an older Archer Abraham and got Vinny Yurdam who gave the real a fucking
he
fight.
beat the shit out of Yurdam in the World Boxing Super Series. I remember that. And to be honest, till date, he's the best one to beat Yurdam. And who else you say? Abraham, man, he's old as hell. That's like when Canelo fought Mosley. You know what I'm saying? Both of those names you mentioned are old as hell when he fought him.
James DeGill wasn't that old. He was just shot. I'm gonna say
James, shot.
By dude Jack, I'm telling you.
Shot, bro. He let a journeyman make a name. I'm just keeping it real. Not a journeyman, but like, my man is from what? Minnesota,
Caleb Truax.
Exactly. Like, come on, there's 2 boxers we know in Minnesota, and that's Caleb Truax and Jamal James. Like, he really put Caleb Truax on the map. Like, he made him famous. Like, and look,
ugly fight, both fights too.
Yeah, but look, Daniel Jacobs was 160-pounder, knocked Caleb Truax out. Jagel did not, and he was a gold medalist. You know what I mean? So, he was shot when he fought Chris Eubank. But look, that was a fight that I cared about. All right, don't take it out of context. A fight I cared about because I was a boxing fan for a long time, and I already knew that DeGale used to be talking slick to Chris Eubank, saying his IBO ain't a real title. We'll never unify with your fake IBO. I got the IBF. I can't unify with you. You're not a real champ. Who are you? All this shit. And then he ended up getting beat up by him. So for Eubank, I get why he took that fight, but he really got beat by Billy Joe.
Close fight. Split decision.
Not close in my opinion.
Yeah, it was very close in my opinion.
Not close in my opinion.
I watched the fight like 4 or 5 times. So it was.
That's how you know. I know you won't agree with this statement, but that's how you know that your scorecard is biased. When you watch it that many times, you're looking for something.
I'm not looking for something because
So why you need to watch it 4 times?
Because I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I'm in. And I'm a Eubank fan, but I got Billy Joe winning the fight, but I think it was very close where it could have been a draw. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Eubank won. I'm not saying that. But the fight.
Well, as long as you're not saying he won, then we on the same page because I think Billy Joe won.
The fight with James DeGale, I feel like and that. Billy Joe fight, he just started way too late. If he would have kept that same energy from the first round to the 12th round that he picked up in the sixth round.
He gets wild too. Like, he overcommits to his shots. With Charlo, he's gonna have a very difficult time.
Yes.
His up on Charlo, and again, I wish I could have seen yesterday's fight because that I needed to see him fight to know where the Charlo fight is gonna be.
My nigga, when you see Charlo fight and you see how he throw punches and that motherfucking phone book right there, oh my God, bro! Like every time he throw a punch, he makes sure that other hand is guard his motherfucking self. Like,
but the issue is gonna be what's he gonna do? See, Eubank doesn't mind throwing punches when you punch. So what's he gonna do when he gets hit? And he realizes, all right, this guy's going to keep punching when I punch. You know, is he going to resort to being a technical boxer, get on his toes, or what's going to happen is all I want to know. But again, I wanted to see some of Eubank, and I didn't get to see that. And he hasn't fought since DeGale, right?
Yeah, their first fight back, so he only got like one round.
Nah, he better not. He better not take the Jermall Charlo fight next.
He can't.
He better not.
Next. I think he got to get a fight with guy that at 160.
I don't think there's even enough hype though, Mike. Like you're trying to build him up to a title shot, and that's all you got to do to win a title shot.
I mean, he already got the WBA interim title. I mean, and I believe there were talks of him possibly getting elevated since Canelo is going to be campaigning at 168.
Who getting elevated?
The winner of that Korobov Eubank fight.
To the real WBA champ? I thought that was Callum Smith. Oh, no, 160.
160. Canelo got the belt, but he's going to be campaigning at 168.
Oh, no.
And, Al Heyman, they in bed with the WBA. Say what you want to about it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of interims, a lot of regulars, a lot of goals going around the fucking PBC, baby. Be being real. Big Super Max says, so is Mikey the lead/lone candidate for Pacquiao
now? I mean, not really, because Danny gets a tune-up in January, so he'll be back in time for Pacquiao selection.
LaKitten Smith says, in Alabama, we got a saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, I can't get fooled again. Ain't no way I'm going to buy a Ruiz pay-per-view after that fight. I'm not campaigning for a pay-per-view, but a Showtime boxing fight, a Fox free fight, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely possible with Kornacki. I think Kornacki would probably love that fight, to be honest with you.
Andy don't deserve that fight. If he beats Kornacki, back in the mix, man. Kornacki's in line. Like, he's waiting in line for shots. No. Let him start at the bottom. Go fight Travis Kaufman. Then go fight Areola. Then maybe. We'll see how you looked in those camps, man. We'll see, man. Nah. I vote no.
I feel you. Also, on that card, we had Ryosuke Iwasa versus Marlon Tapales. Marlon, man, I thought I was going to get a little bit more out of you, man. I thought you was going to come out there, you know what I'm saying? You were just doing a lot of pot shots and a lot of laying on the ropes, a lot of moving, and you wasn't really being offensive. But that guy from Japan, I'm sorry if I got, you know what I'm saying, your location wrong, China, Japan, Korea, I'm sorry. But he was on his ass. Ryosuke, that motherfucker had some pressure, throwing punches, combinations, walking them down, stalking them. I was impressed with that Chinese guy. I think it was at 118, possibly maybe even 122. But that was a good little scrap that I enjoyed before the Eubank fight, which of course let me down because of the injury.
Oh man, Stay Wavy TV, man. He calls in. My man said, nah, Ness, I think Ruiz deserves a third fight with AJ. Hell no. Nah, man. Nah. Yo, at least AJ failed in shape. You knew he failed giving it his all. Like, this dude failed not giving it his all. He didn't prepare for the fight. Like, why would you guys want to give him another shot to not get prepared again, to receive another huge payday? You guys are crazy, bro. No way. Chill, Wavy. No.
And don't forget, he just got 9 to 13.
AJ ain't gonna fight no bum. I'm sorry, Mike. He just came back with another one. AJ ain't gonna fight no bum. Instead, he got plenty of tuna, plenty of violent mandatories to deal with. He got to deal with Pulev and Usyk. Those are fine fights. Those are fine fights. Fine fights. I wouldn't mind seeing Pulev. I wouldn't mind seeing Pulev with any top heavyweight. Those are fine fights.
Pulev get fucking. Who he fight right there, Book or somebody? I don't
know.
He went the distance with somebody that I ain't never seen in my life, man. And right there was laying paws on Pulev, right? Pulev, he got his IBF mandatory. We know Pulev, how, you know what I'm saying? He might pull out, who knows? But man, you be real with me. The Pulev get the back of the fucking line, Pulev. Get the fuck out of here. Andy deserve a fight for Pulev. Deserve one. Fuck out of here, man.
But Pulev is the mandatory.
I know. I'm just talking shit, bro. No. Ronald Ellis defeats Immanuwel Aleem. So Ronald Ellis got a big win against a guy who
he looked good. He looked good. I seen a little bit of that. Well, I seen all of that. That was the one on YouTube.
Yeah.
I was still up for that. Yeah, he looked good. He did a lot of movement, a lot of activity. You know what I mean? Looked better than he did versus Junior Johan. So good to see that.
You want to see him fight next at 160? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, didn't he just move up? Or was he? I heard them talking about weight for him, so I don't know.
Could he not make 154 no more or something like that?
No. I think that this fight was supposed to be at 160, and they both catch weighted it at like 65 or some shit. Might have to check BoxRec. I don't know. So I don't know what way he's at, to be honest with you.
All right, cool. Top rank on ESPN. Emmanuel Navarrete, 4th round TKO over Francisco Horta. Man, what can I say about Navarrete, man? This guy comes with unbelievable pressure. Punch selection is good. He just knows, man, I can hit harder than you. Sooner or later, my shit gonna start getting to you, man. And it's no different than any other fight, man. He is a bad dude at 122. I don't see right now any 122-pounder beating him. But if the monster decides to move up, if a new way decides to come up on 122, I think him and a new way would make for a damn good fight. Maybe give a new way a fight with, say, Isaac Dogboe, you know what I'm saying, to get him familiar to 122. Then you throw him in there with Navarrete, but that's a fight that I definitely would not mind watching. And Navarrete, man, I want to see him unified now. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Bob Arum, you know what I'm saying, possibly push for a unification. Who the champions at 122?
Give me a sec. Because I didn't even watch this fight. I felt like Jorge Cota, he's got to lose all that weight from 154 to 122. It's just like...
It's not Jorge.
That's the only Cota I know. So I was like, I'm not going to watch this, so...
He's fighting on 154. What the fuck?
The only Cota I know. So right there, I said, oh, this is Top Rank Diet. I'm even wearing a shirt, as you can see.
It's not even Cota. It's Horta.
Oh, Horta. Oh, I knew I didn't know the dude, so it didn't matter. Have you ever heard of him before yesterday? I don't think the audience heard you.
I know, man. I ain't never heard of that guy, man. But
what division was that? 122, you said, right? Navarrete? Yeah, Navarrete. You want to know who's the champions?
Daniel Roman, and they're right.
Roman is 2 champions in IBF and WBA, but he's been out injured, bro. He's been out, man. He's like chilling like a villain injured.
Who's the other one? I know Lomo. Is it Guillermo?
Is Ray Vargas, WBC, Golden Boy, Daniel Roman, WBA, Daniel Roman, IBF, and Navarrete, WBO.
That'd be the fight to make with Ray Vargas. I think that fight, 2 big guys at 122 at the weight. I think Golden Boy and Top Rank should definitely come together and look into making that fight. They do business together, right? Don't Top Rank and Golden Boy do business?
Man, I don't know, man. I'm just looking at these names and it's like, yo, Stephen Folds. I mean, look, this is like
come on, man.
Brandon.
Come on, man. IBO champ now. Come on, bro.
No, I see Stephen right there. He's at number 7 on the WBA, so he's coming. I see Guillermo. I see Brandon Figueroa. I see, I don't know. I only know Art Ovanesian. I don't know what Hazat Ovanesian is that. Toki Kameda. They got a couple of names. I just don't understand why nobody's fighting each other. You know what I mean? Stephen Fulton, look, on number 8 on the WBO as well. Oh, moving on up.
Yeah, I don't know why they ain't fighting each other either, because it seems like ain't no big fights, and they're not like big money guys either. So unification should be smart.
My boy Tremaine Williams. Oh my God, he's number 4 in the WBO. Damn, he ain't got the power for Navarrete though. I don't know, but he's slicking the motherfucker. Tremaine is. Damn, he ranked high in the WBO.
Ain't many 122s, man, big enough for Navarrete. He's a big dude for that weight, bro. He'll go into 126 like naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like it won't even.
You might end up seeing that fight, man, because Tremaine is with Rock Nation. Rock Nation is with the WBO too. You know, if you notice, they fighters get ranked in that WBO a lot too. But what's next on the docket, man? We ready to open up these lines?
Let's see. Miguel Mariaga stops Alfredo Mayha in the 6th round. Yerwin Akas, TKO, Miguel Gonzalez in the 6th. And, man, it's a fight that I got to check it out because I was reading the description of it, and they just made it seem like it was a damn good fight. And I'm talking about David Lemieux versus, what's this guy's name? Maksym Bursak. It went to a split decision over 10 rounds. David Lemieux got the nod, but they said it was knockdowns in this fight, a lot of blood. So I'm going to be looking for it on YouTube tonight and check it out. UFC number 4. Yeah, UFC. Dana White says he aims to meet with Al Heyman to finalize a Mayweather deal. I kind of put this on the docket because I was intrigued to see what, you know what I'm saying, deal it would be about, but it was like very vague. I know Dana sat down with Jim Rome on Roman's Burning and said that him and Mayweather pretty much came up with something at a basketball game, and it looks like they're going to be doing business together. Now, I don't know if it's going to be like a co-promotion, Mayweather Promotions and Zuffa Boxing, or is Mayweather like really going to live up to their I'm coming out of retirement talk? And if he does, I mean, I don't expect him to fight any like welterweights, you know what I'm saying, other than Manny Pacquiao. So I'm looking at possibly that he might start fighting some UFC fighters and some events, possibly get Mayweather McGregor too, you know what I'm saying, possibly try to sell that to the fans. Maybe kind of come back, shows that he has some kind of boxing skills in the octagon, maybe get the fans back on his side. Like, I don't know what this deal will entail, but I thought it was interesting because the fact that you got to sit down with Al Heyman, we know Al Heyman normally handles, you know what I'm saying? Well, I can't say that because it seems like Mayweather did that Rising deal on his own. So I don't know if Al, what role Al is going to play in it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's going to be fighting, partnership. Man, we'll see. Do you got any thoughts on that, man? Or should I get onto these notes and get it out to the callers?
Yeah, man. I was actually shocked this shit was a topic. I felt like this was like news and notes itself, man. Yeah, but I guess the fact that you're saying Al is going to be a part of the deal?
Because Dana White said that he has to sit down with Al to finalize the Mayweather deal. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
but it's for sure an MMA deal. It's got nothing to do with boxing.
That we don't know. You know what I'm saying? It was like the article on Boxing Scene was kind of vague, so that's why I kind of left it open for interpretation because I don't know if it's going to be a promotion, but we did see Ford come out on his IG to say I'm coming out of retirement. So if you're doing a deal with with Dana White, that may lead me to think that you might fight some UFC fighters or possibly have Dana White maybe promoting Zuffa Boxing. I don't know, but I thought it was interesting because he said I got to sit down with Al Heyman too to finalize the deal. So a lot of moving parts. Because in the first deal with McGregor, he also had to sit down with Al Heyman to finalize everything.
Now, I mean, I don't watch other sports. Let me ask you, can you come out of retirement and fight MMA? And I don't mean can you, because I know you can, but I mean, can that phrase be used? Like, if you have never fought in MMA, you don't have to come out of retirement to fight MMA, right? Like, by the phrase coming out of retirement gives you the impression he's coming back to boxing, right?
Absolutely. And that's why I said, like, is it going to be fighting actual MMA fighters in a boxing ring? Or is it going to be something that we don't see from him?
I just don't understand. I mean, look, at least you said he's going to do this with Al, because I don't understand why would he continue a boxing career with Dana and not with the man that's made him who he is today. But I'm assuming he is. I don't know what this is. We'll see, I guess.
All right.
Anything else?
Yeah, notes right quick. Chavez Jr. files lawsuit against Nevada State Athletic Commission to preserve Jacob's fight. So he's going to try to go to war with those so he can get his fight out in Arizona. Tim Tszyu stops Jack Burbaker in 4. Oscar De La Hoya said he would take Canelo to Saudi for a fight. I read that article. He was like, man, if they offer me one of them site fees like Eddie, hey, man, I'll bring Canelo over to Saudi Arabia. We'd like to build his brand over in the Middle East. I thought that was intriguing in itself. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Canelo out in Saudi Arabia. Any thoughts on that?
I wonder how soon we hear something, because Canelo, like you said, he was just out there with Andy. And if I'm them princes, that's the perfect opportunity to get chatting. Make sure we get Canelo an entire building as his hotel building, not hotel room. You know, if they was giving fucking Timothy Moulton a Phantom, well, we need to give Canelo a spaceship. You know, something, but make sure that, I hope they did it. Listen, my energy remains the same. Once Eddie did it, I said, if it works and they can be giving boxing extra money to make shit happen for us, amen. They, being Saudi, sound like they really are trying to make Saudi Arabia the new Vegas. I don't see how you do that just with live entertainment and no drugs and alcohol. And look, in Vegas, there's even fucking prostitution. It's legal. So I don't understand, you know, their angle. But if they want to spend the money on the experiment and they chose boxing, all good. I'll keep reporting it from here until the flights get cheaper. But if Canelo gets a fight out there, hopefully they're paying for a big fight, right? So like, I know I don't want Canelo Triple G, but I know there's a lot of people that want Canelo Triple G. So maybe the princes pay Canelo that money. He said, oh, I won't do it unless it makes business sense. I want, I don't know, what's the best Canelo fight? Canelo Mayweather. You just said, we just talked about Mayweather coming out. I know it's been a long time for him to fight Canelo, but I mean, that's something the princes can pay for. Canelo Better Beef, but he's not really a name. Better Beef isn't gonna make anybody go to Saudi Arabia, but he's Muslim himself, right? So maybe he's bigger than what I think in those regions. I don't know. Maybe they can pay Canelo enough to fight Better Beef. But I don't really see the big fight for Canelo, even though I didn't think Kovalev was a big fight until they announced it. So I guess they could always pull something out the hat. But like going to Saudi to fight Callum, big deal. Even though Callum was there, just a different part, right? For the World Boxing Super Series with George Groves.
Yeah, he was in Ryder.
What? Oh, it was in the same. Okay.
No. Well, he was in Deer. He wasn't in the same spot.
Oh, he was in Ryder. Okay.
Also, we got Dillian Whyte cleared by UK. We touched on that. Demetrius Ballard, Yamaguchi Falco fight to a 10-round draw. Rob Brandt versus Habib Ahmed finalized for the Hart Smith card. I believe Ahmed is the same guy that fought. I don't know, man. Maybe not. Demetrius Andre versus Luke Killer voluntary fight approved by the WBO. And Stephen Shaw stops Greg Corbin, gets the TKO victory. That's it.
Alrighty then. So I seen like Instagram stuff of Corbin, man. Damn, bruh. I want to see that fight, bruh. Yeah, the Corbin Big Shaw. Yeah, because again, you want to know how Big Shaw did, how he was able to do it. Big shot Shaw. But are we done? We going out to these callers?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, real quick, word from the sponsors. Want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
All right, let's get on out to the DMV.
Dollar D Beyonce Production.
J Hardcore Boxing. You know that shit about boxing.
BoxingWiz.com.
Yo, Jay Hardcore, what's the business?
Consultation and turnkey installation.
God damn.
At El Camino Electrical.
Jay.
Nigga, you way behind. We'll come back to you.
Jay.
All right, let's get on out.
What is up with him? All right. Let's get on out to California then. CYP on the Boomerang. Talk to me.
Yo, what up? What up, Mike? What up? What up?
What up, big dog?
Yeah, man, I want to drop some quick knowledge on y'all real quick, man. Something that I found out. Bruno, Lennox Lewis, AJ. They got 8 losses between them.
CYP, can you turn that radio down, please? That shit extra loud.
No, I got that. Turn that shit down. All right. You got Bruno, you got Lewis, and you got AJ. 8 losses between them, all 8 by KO. 7 of them losses are to Americans. 8 losses between them through their whole careers. 8 of them knockout. 7 of them losses coming to Americans. We own you, motherfucker. Your greatest heavyweights only lose to us because we fucking own you. Out. Ugh. Facts. That hurts. I also believe this. I know some of y'all are going to catch on late. Some of y'all are going to feel me right now. The fight between Wilder versus Fury in February, and my eyes will determine the undisputed champion in the division. Those belts are Fury's fucking belts. The lineals online, the Ring magazines online, the WBC's online. Fury had all them belts that AJ bought. Whoever fucking wins that fight will be seen as undisputed champion without them belts. Watch how that shit catches on. Watch how it catches on. You heard it here first. I'll Boomerang back.
Mike, what is he trying to say?
He said the winner between Wilder and Fury gonna be undisputed.
That's not what he said.
I'm telling you, you asked me what the man said. I'm gonna tell you what the man said.
I heard him talking about belts.
Belts don't mean, he said AJ belts don't mean shit. The winner between Wilder and Fury and undisputed.
Okay. Interesting.
New shit every day, man. New shit every day.
Interesting.
We got a super chat coming in from Jay Martin. Ruiz didn't want that Wilder fight next. And we got one coming from Ohio Runs Boxing. Happy the UK fans showed up. Never leave again. Respect emoji.
All right. Well, we're going to go out to California again. Mr. Info Joe.
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
I guess. Joe, you there?
Watch how it catches on.
Nigga, Joe way behind, bro.
I'm assuming it's blog talk. I'm assuming it's blog talk. We'll go to Boomerang in Detroit.
Motherfucking murder. Mayhem, last words of the stainless. Told you I would kill you, squeeze after I aim it. If you're talking money, then you're speaking my language. Or shut the fuck up in grown folks' conversation.
I'll be back, man. I'm gonna go answer my podcast. Hey, give me just 2 seconds, man. I gotta get off Bluetooth and shit.
Ain't no problem, Stainless, man. Hope you're having a good night. Know you probably at work, man, getting them out like always. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying.
Man, you know I'm at work, bro. I live at work. I got a bed in the back, bro. What you talking about? Oh man, TBV, what's good though? What's good?
What up?
What's up?
Oh man, happy Sunday, man. We had a fucking full day of boxing yesterday, nah?
Yes, sir.
Man, got a nice night.
First off, give me my crow. You know, it's Sunday crow buffet day because it's gonna be a lot of crow out there today. So let me get more. You know, I meant to. Well, Hunter got a draw, so technically, I guess yes, sir.
No. We don't get no call for draws. You good?
I picked Hunter to win.
I thought you picked Korobov though, but you didn't pick that fight.
No, I picked I didn't pick Eubanks, man. I didn't think Eubanks was gonna win, to be honest though. But you know what I'm saying, he got one of them Charles Martin gifted wins and shit. Since I got 3 minutes to discuss it now. As I was talking yesterday, man, when I did my pick on Thursday, I said I picked Ruiz. But if Joshua can be who he was faking like he was all that time, then he knock him out in the 8th. Joshua's still not that dude that he's faking like he was all that time. He fought real scary yesterday, man. You know, yeah, he boxed beautifully, but he fought scared. Like, I didn't see any fire in him. I didn't see any intensity. I saw a dude that was trying to get in, get out, and get his belts back. You know, so he did that, man. Michael 100 impressed me the most yesterday. Personally, I thought he beat Povetkin. I didn't think it came to a draw. But, you know what I'm saying? Hats off to Povetkin for showing he still got a little bit left in the tank. What's that one dude name they brought out between Hunter and Hunter Povetkin and the AJ Ruiz fight? The young cat.
Diego Pacheco.
Yo, I've heard of him, man, but that was the first time I got to see him, man. That was a smart move by Eddie Hearn bringing him out there, because that kid, man, that was a beautiful knockout, man. Dude just fell over to the side. That's a knockout highlight reel for 2019 right there. Congratulations to him on that. And long as I'm giving congratulations again to the UK. Through this week, we've had a lot of UK callers call in. I'm going to use my boomerang. I'm on some Troy shit right now. Through this week, we've had a lot of UK callers call in. As you can hear, us US callers are happy to have y'all back, man. We hope that y'all stay. But I want to give some special recognition to people like Stephen Williams, AD, believe it or not, a non-halfway. It was a dude who popped up in there. His name BK. It's probably a couple people I'm forgetting. Loyalty tried his best, man, but they actually debated boxing with us, man. They were boxing supporters instead of being boxing fanatics, man, and we really appreciated that over here. Especially that cat BK, man. Like, you wowed us, bro. I was jealous because everybody else got to stay on the phone with you, and I had to keep my shit on mute because I was at work. That's how refreshing it was to hear somebody who could just talk boxing and not my man the best because of this and that. You know what I'm saying? To a nine, man, I want to let you know, over here in the United States, man, all our streets are full of street niggas. So Dillian Whyte might be a street nigga, but he just a street nigga in a sea full of streets, bruh. So he can come over here with that crappy ass performance that he gave, and he can get watched by Dominic Brazil, let alone Deontay Wilder. So stop that, man, please. Don't give him that. I'm not giving no excuses for Andy Ruiz coming there looking all sloppy and sick, and you don't need to give fucking Dillian Whyte none either. That dude had months off. Y'all been talking about, he been in the gym the whole time. What gym was that nigga in? You know what I'm saying? He was in that gymnastics tumble gym with some little kids or something, because he was like 5 pounds lighter than Ruiz. Come on with that, man. But that's all. He was like 12. That's all the love yeah, man. That's all the restraint I got for not talking shit to the UK. You know what I'm saying? It's back on tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna eat my crow and Anthony Joshua. So y'all got that from me today. But tomorrow is back on and popping. As I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast, because this is TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, that's because you stupid. Shout out to El Camino. Thanks again, fellas. Peace. Oh, hey! I don't mean to cut back in, but Mike has a GoFundMe, man, trying to get this van. We started out talking about it, and then all of a sudden that shit fell off. You know what I'm saying? These super chats get this man a check so that he can stay on here with us all the fucking time. This man trying to get a fucking vehicle so that he can go out on interviews and meet Ness, you know what I'm saying, halfway or get with him so we can have some great fight chat parties, man. We as a TBV family need to make that happen, man. And that's all I got, man. Peace.
Shout out to Stanley's, big dog. Thanks for calling in.
Alumni. We're going to get out to Steve in Chicago. Mike, you were right. Steve is SG Pass. Unfortunately, I didn't know that when he was a ringer. But Steve, what's up? Talk to us.
What's going on, Steve?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah. Nice talking to you guys. I've been absent a few days, but yeah, you could give me a little bit of that crow, Mike.
Go ahead and take Steve's name for that quote, man.
All right. I even give you a little. I can't sing, but I want to give it a try. Oh, Anthony Joshua. All right. So yeah, man, it's a disgrace. I'm upset. I'm a little depressed about it, but I'm with Ness, man. That dude's got to start at the bottom again. And I say, fuck it, let him fight Dillian Whyte. They both look like shit. Let them two lard asses fight each other before they could get a title.
That's too big of a fight, though, Steve, man. You know, if Dillian Whyte offers Andy a fight, he'll do it in the UK. It'll be pay-per-view. They'll treat it like a big fight, and Andy, there'll be no repercussions for him coming in that fucking overweight and out of shape on the biggest fight of his career. I want him to start with the bottom because of that.
Yeah, I'm with you, but I think Dazn is going to do something for Ruiz, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm with you though. I'm with you. I don't think he should get any decent fight. He really let everybody down, man, big time. He let all of us down. We thought we had something in him, and how could you not show up, man? I don't want to hear any excuses. You're a pro, man. You just won the world championship of the world, heavyweight championship of the world, the best title, and then you got excuses? No, I don't want to hear that. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm going to let it go with that.
All right, Steve. Well, thanks for calling in. I agree, man. It's not like he won one belt, Mike. The dude had 4 belts. He's seen his fandom grow immensely, rapidly. I can't believe he let that slip through his fingers, man. Lil Feezy, man, talk to us.
What up, Feezy? I know I got you on the list. You know what I'm saying? Where you at? Feezy picked Charlo. Oh, yeah, he got some crow. He picked Ruiz.
Feezy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Y'all can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Take this.
Show me that crow, baby. Yo, man, Ruiz hit the bed, man. And I said on the Thursday call that you couldn't count AJ out, and I knew it. I had the gut feeling the whole weekend. Well, the whole week leading up to the fight that AJ was probably going to do what he did. I kind of figured that he would box. It was pretty easy, you know what I'm saying? Just don't let Ruiz get into the inside. The ref helped him out a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? No excuses, man. Congratulations to the UK. Y'all got y'all champ back, but I mean, until he fight Wilder, he ain't shit to me. And that goes for everybody in the division. That's my call, y'all.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Lil Feezy. We going out to Cincinnati. Brandon, what it do?
What's going on, Mike? What's going on, Ness?
What up, Big Dad? You ain't got no crow, homie.
Oh, yeah, I know, man. I don't eat that shit anyway. I'm trying to go vegan. But, like I said yesterday, man, AJ just did everything right leading up to this fight. Took his L, disappeared. A lot of people like to say he went into hiding, but me, I think that nigga went to the lab, got the cooking up, came out, fight ready, got the fro nappy, looking like a hungry lion ready to eat, man. So, Ruiz was on this goddamn campaign of tours and media shit, talking shit the whole time, and we ain't hear nothing from AJ, man. He went to work, period. And Ruiz let the shit go to his head, got fat, and finessed y'all. He had y'all believing getting fatter, 15 pounds fatter was strategy. Since when is gaining 15 pounds of fat strategy? He finessed y'all, man. There's nothing cool about being fat. There's nothing cool about looking down and not being able to see your dick. Since when? Like I said, man, y'all got fooled, man. Y'all got bamboozled. I didn't fall for that shit. I knew what it was. It wasn't meant to be. Wilder and AJ is what it's meant to be. This is bottom line. So, like I said, I'm happy AJ got them belts back. I know from a business standpoint, it's going to be harder to make the Undisputed fight because we back to where we was like a year ago. But, hopefully each manager team get the head out of their ass and decide, they realize, hey, this shit is a mega fight. and it could be ruined just like that if they get in with somebody and get clipped, and that's money down the drain and a fight we don't get to see. So yeah, let's move on, man. The fight is over. AJ got the belt. Let's move on. Kind of pissed that you motherfuckers ain't no Terrence Bud Crawford topics on the fucking talk show today, man. Like my nigga don't fight next week. What the fuck going on with that? But hey, I expect a couple morning shows touching on Bud Crawford. He did do the unguarded with Andre Ward. I thought y'all would touch on that a little bit. A lot of questions was answered about, his man stayed on business and PBC and shit. But other than that, I really didn't catch the Showtime card. Who really gave a fuck? I went out once AJ got the belts back and celebrated. But Hunter and Povetkin looked decent. Hunter was, he was like missing a lot. Both guys, they even was scrapping, but neither guy looked impressive to me. So I was cool with the draw. Wasn't impressed with the Hrgovic dude. He looked slow, and I don't know, man. I think y'all was hyping him up a little bit. I don't see it with that kid. Like I said, other than that, man, like I said, y'all got finesse, man. I never bought into that Andrew Ruiz shit.
Vito, Malaysia.
Vito, what's going on, homie?
Yeah, what's up, Mike? Now, I have few things to say. Ness, you need to calm down. Every time you lose, you just turn into this bitter diva. You lose some money and then you're blaming everyone else but yourself. Now, about the Andy, don't Andy is
box
easy
12
to
rounds
sell.
and rank.
Andy is
Don't respect
regardless of what you think, Andy is still the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. And if you put a fight of Andy and Wilder tomorrow, it's still going to make sense because Andy comes to fight, Wilder comes to fight. So a lot of people, once they get off the fact that they lost a lot of money betting on Andy Ruiz, they'll be fine with that fight. So don't try to condemn anyone because you placed the bet, and don't try to condemn Andy. Fine, he did some things wrong, but don't try to condemn the man. And a lot of people talking about AJ doing running and all that stuff. Those are really, really, really dumb boxing fans, or rather casuals, because a guy that was knocked down 4 times, what did you expect him to do? Taking a immediate rematch and coming into to a fight. What did you expect him to do? To still come and trade? That's just stupid, really stupid. He was definitely coming to box. So I don't get what just give the man his dues. Like, he did what he had to do to get his belt back, and now we hopefully, if by some miracle we get the Wilder AJ fight, that would be good for boxing. But we all know there are 120 million reasons why that fight will not happen, because someone was dumb enough to put loyalty over money and talking about loyalty to Showtime. Well, anyways, that's my call.
Tigre, the Incredible. El Tigre, the Incredible.
El Tigre.
Gotta unmute, champ. On your Skype. All right, Pat in Beantown.
What's going on, Pat?
Yeah, come back to me in a couple.
All right. Going back out to Info Joe. Is he still here? Info Joe, what up?
Yo, what up, what up, what up, my boxing brothers?
He picked
Hey, give me that crow,
Aleem.
man.
He picked Aleem too.
Yeah, word. Catch up, Mike, catch up. I'm getting a double dose of what? Okay, here we go. Yeah, man. I listened to the post-fight interview with Ruiz, man. Bunch of fucking excuses, man. All the shit we seen him do, but he still act like he had it under control. As far as him partying and like he was out eating, he even had to party with the little stripper hoes there. You know what I'm saying? So he got caught up in the moment, had a couple of yes boys around him telling him you can do it, you can get fatter, you can do all that shit. Yo, I don't want to see another AJ Ruiz 3, man. I don't want to see it. If anything, if he can, this dude can lose some weight, have him come back and fight Ortiz or something like that. But shout out to AJ, man. This shit was not entertaining, but it was smart. He executed a game plan. He stayed disciplined to the 12th round. And for him to bounce around like that, man, for 12 rounds, the dude was in super shape. So I got to give him his props, man. Not what we wanted as far as entertainment, but he got the job done. In his mind, he got to get the win any way as possible to take them belts back to the UK. But as far as Charlo Hogan, nice knockout. I just would want he could have got him out earlier. I think if he went to the body, he was going for his head hunting, but he boxed well. Very good. Shout out to Brandon, man. You had me over here dying, man. Good call, my brother. That's all I got. Shout out to the boxing gods. Shout out to all the whole TBV family keeping this train moving. Peace.
Going back out to Jay Hardcore, talk to me.
What up, Jay Hardcore?
Ooh. Hey, what's up there, fellas? It's all good, man. I enjoyed all the boxing yesterday. It was just a good day for me yesterday. Just enjoyed everything, man. My son was in a state's football championship. They didn't win, but it was a great game. Then finished the rest of the day all boxing. So, hey, Ness, man, I've never seen you this hurt about a fight before, bro. Did you put the mortgage on it or something?
How am I hurt, bro? Like, did he give us what we thought we was going to get?
I'm just keeping it real with you, bro.
I'm just saying. I'm not like feeling what Ruiz did. You know what I mean? He came in super overweight, and then I'm also not feeling what AJ did. Like, damn, at least you see a dude come in overweight and that sloppy, he can't catch. At least go for the kill in the 8th and the 10th. Once you done wore his little fat ass out.
So you were just overall upset about the whole fight, then,
bro. It was a whack fight. Were you entertained?
I agree.
I'm just asking, were you entertained?
I wasn't entertained at all.
All right. Well, then you know why I'm mad. I was expecting a heavyweight fight. Michael Hunter and Povetkin gave me more action.
Okay, I was just trying to understand because it seemed like you was more talking about Ruiz, so that's what I was saying. Because all I seen Joshua do is take away from Ruiz what was his best thing, you know what I mean, and not engaging. So once he took the engagement away, that took the fight away. So
Joshua was there to dance, man.
Yeah, he took away the engagement. Andy needs the engagement to win. So once he took that engagement away, you know, that was it. You know, and shit, the overweight didn't help.
All the lies.
I called it.
I'm just not like I don't know. I guess people feel like I'm sour. I just feel like we was calling it the biggest fight of the year. So it's like he had his magnifying.
Right.
I feel like everybody
like a thriller of Manila.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody should be mad at him. Like, like this was our big Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like if you lose,
I had my Rumble in the Jungle. I had my Thriller. Manila. Y'all thought y'all was gonna get it with the Clash in the Dunes. And
exactly,
you got robbed of it.
And not only that, it's just like, this your biggest moment. So if you lose because AJ is better than you, we cool with that. But you lost because you didn't train, because you was partying.
Yeah, he didn't give his 110.
Ain't nobody got time for that, man.
I would have kept that to myself.
Word is born. And then he made 7 million excuses. At least AJ fans made the excuses for AJ. This dude made 7 million excuses in 20 minutes. Ain't nobody got time for that.
But he said he wasn't making no excuses.
Every time he gave you an excuse, he made an excuse. I don't know. They even sending me links telling, look at what his father said. It's really Andy for like, bruh. We know it's Andy's fault. This is the biggest fight of your life, and you ain't trained. Like, I want to hear, Canelo showed up. He showed up for Floyd. That was the biggest fight. He showed up. He weighed in. He was in shape.
He tried the whole time.
What did Andy do? Andy gonna sit there and pout. No, come on. Fight me right here. What you mean? Fight you right there? It's your job to cut the fucking ring off. Oh, you can't because you overweight. And all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here protecting them. People fat shaming. I'm like, yo, stop fat shaming. But then you come in heavier. You tell us your plan is because you here to knock them out and you ain't even knock them out. Man, look.
Oh, yeah. You bigged them up the whole week, man. I mean, you seriously bigged them up for sure, man. But history always prevails, man. I was saying that. I said that goddamn Buster Douglas curse was here, bro, and I seen it. I've been watching all the timeline, and I seen it. I was like, nah, I can't even put a stamp on this one, bro.
I don't get these
and
dudes.
And I'm not an AJ fan, but I called that AJ, man, because I said AJ by decision. I knew it. But,
I don't
that's
get these
it. But
dudes,
I don't think he should get a third fight. I don't think he should get a third fight, though. Nah.
Jay Hardcore, man. Let me get to some other callers, though. Appreciate it. I just don't get it. I'm telling you, man. I'm not going to make it. And then lose my opportunity because I wasn't prepared. No matter what it is. This podcast won't get picked up by a major corporation and I lose that opportunity because I'm late to work. Because I didn't do my research. It won't be my fault. That I just can't forgive him for that shit, bruh. Like coming in overweight. Like you see people not come in weight like on low level fights, bro. Like everybody's watching you. The biggest fight of your life, the biggest heavyweight fight in I don't know how long, and that's how you want to be remembered. GT Kid in Atlanta, talk to us.
Hey, what's going on? I'll be right back. I need some crow for the Joshua fight.
Who is it?
Do I need some crow? Nah, I don't need no crow. Look, I'm gonna be real quick, man. I might need some crow for that Korobov fight, because I think I picked Korobov, but he got injured, man, so I don't know how y'all deal with that.
Kid?
It is GT Kid.
Oh, nigga, he picked Molina, goddammit. Fuck all that shit.
Eric Molina?
Who else?
Nah, he almost got it. He almost pulled it off with that one.
I did pick Molina, you're right. So I need some crow for that. I'm going to run through the fights real quick. That Povetkin Hunter fight was pretty good, man. Hunter showed some heart. But Povetkin's old, but he's still crafty, man. He's still a good boxer. So it was a good fight. I think a draw is fair. It was close. Could have went either way, and I'd have been okay with it. That Charlo fight was trash, man. I mean, it's just a total mismatch. It just wasn't even worth watching. I fell asleep on it. I was really excited for the Korobov and Eubanks fight. Once it started, it looked like it was going to be interesting. You know what I'm saying? Korobov he's kind of sneaky, and he's a good boxer. So I thought it was going to be a good fight, but he got injured and that ended quick. Dillian Whyte's out of shape, man. He's got to get back in shape, but I know he hasn't been training because the whole UCAD thing and the short notice fight. Joshua did his thing. And I mean, now we're just back where we were, man. I mean, we want Undisputed. It can't happen at least until 2020 because you got Mandos. Joshua's got 2 Mandos coming up, which probably aren't going to push, and I don't know if he can meet both of them. And then Wilder's already signed to fight Fury and a rematch with Fury, and he's got White to deal with assuming WBC reinstates him. And then he's already talked about fighting Kalinaki too. So, I mean, just Undisputed hanging out there, but I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon. But I don't think Wilder really wants that fight anyway. I think he's happy to just fight other people. But all roads lead to Joshua, man. He's got all the straps except that one. And Wilder's kind of back in the corner. He's fighting Fury. White's on his neck. AJ's got all the rest of the belts, so the UK is kind of boxing him in a little bit here. It's going to be interesting to see what happens if he just ignores everybody or what.
GT Kid, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Boomerang. Troy, talk to me.
Yes, sir. This is day two. Day two of Ruiz beating and him not being ambitious enough to take the time to get into shape. I'm going to use my boomerang, by the way. I have an analogy I would like to use, but Mike is there, right? Because I'm on the phone, so I'm not watching you on YouTube.
Nah, Mike.
Nah?
What's up, big guy?
Oh, Mike is there. I thought he moved away.
Okay, brother. Okay, Mike. Okay, because you used to play basketball, so you remember the Harlem Globetrotters, right?
Yeah, of course. Who don't?
Right. And they played the Washington Generals, and they made them look like fools every time. They slammed on them. They did a lot of exciting things, right?
Yes, Troy.
Right, Mike? Okay. That is Deontay Wilder. He looks exciting. He knocks people out. That's wonderful, right? That's his level of competition, which is the Generals. Now take the '90s Bulls. They would win, but they didn't always win pretty. But they won, right? AJ is the Bulls. AJ is the Bulls. So if you put the Bulls against the Harlem Globetrotters, who do you think is going to win?
I think a better analogy would be AJ can be the Bulls, cool, but Deontay Wilder is more like the 2000 LA Lakers having the most dominant force we ever seen in the NBA, Shaquille O'Neal. No. Let me finish, because you asking me, right?
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir.
And that's what we're seeing from Deontay Wilder with that right hand, the most dominant force that we've seen in the sport of boxing, just like Shaquille O'Neal. No. Go ahead.
Well, in all honesty, it's the most dominant force against. Okay, but that doesn't work, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the Lakers had to play everybody from the best to the worst, and based on who he's fought, he hasn't really fought the best that's out there yet. His two biggest fights are, as we know, without repeating, Ruiz and Fury. One's a draw. One's what am I talking about? Ruiz. I mean Ortiz. And one's Ortiz, who's a contender. There's no champion that could build a legacy off a contender. It doesn't work that way. Where now you take Joshua, sure he lost, which honestly now if you look at is not really a bad thing because he understands now that he has to be more layered as a fighter. He can't just be, as y'all was saying, stiff and come forward and throw his punches and blow everybody out. He actually has to be able to box and move, and he has to add more layers to what he does, right? And I said I was using my boomerang, right?
Troy, the bell still has to ring, champ.
Okay. I'm just making sure, sir. I'm just making sure. I'm trying to make a point. Both of them have their pros and their cons, but looking from the outside in, one of them is much more layered than the other one. The other one is a lot of flash and circumstance, and the other one is much more, what you would say, fundamentals. And he has a stronger foundation.
But in both fights, Wilder Ortiz, Joshua Ruiz, I seen some of the same things. I seen an intelligent boxer in both fights. Wilder understanding when his shot comes open, he takes full advantage of it. Joshua understanding that if I keep the distance, if I keep Ruiz on the outside, I can win this fight easily. And both guys mastered their game plan to the best of their abilities and got the victories.
And I agree with you on that somewhat. But that was a rematch against a gentleman, as you all like to point out, people's age, especially you, Nestor. That was a rematch against a gentleman who could be 50, who may be 50. We don't really know, right?
AJ had a rematch with a guy who was like 283 pounds at 6 foot tall. What are we saying?
That's not his fault. You can't control. You can lose weight. You can't lose age, brother.
Wilder Ortiz
No.
is a player in the heavyweight division, just like Andy was.
How so? How so, brother?
Don't forget, Eddie Hearn sent Ortiz the offer first, but before he sent Andy one.
Right. And what happened with that, brother?
We know what happened. We had to do on here. It wasn't Ortiz didn't want it.
Yes, you did.
His promoter didn't want it.
Okay, and the fight didn't happen because the fighter didn't choose to make it happen, correct?
Not the fighter again. I just said it was on the promoter.
No, but the fighter is the business, which gives him the control over his own self.
Just like Ken Porter told me on an interview that I again asked on air, who run it, the fighter or the promoter? And what Ken chuckle and say? The promoter. If the promoter don't want you to fight, guess what, Troy? You ain't fighting on me.
That's okay. Well, and so be honest with you, that's true. That's true in most cases. But as you know, I read a lot, and there's a lot of fighters out there that are self-contained and basically self-employed. They see themselves as a business, and they only deal with fighters like on a fight-for-fight basis. They only deal with certain promoters on a fight-per-fight basis. They don't have a promoter. So, it's kind of certain situations fit certain people.
Thank you for calling in, Sam. Very, very spirited discussion with you, which I felt like I beat you on the Lakers point and on the every other point you tried to make.
Boomerang, Canada.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like Jose, chain code Norway, shorty wants that foreplay, I'm like, no way, gotta rock it like Coldplay.
Yo, boys, good evening. I think, first of all, like the kids' gloves have to come off and the truth needs to be said, man. First of all, let me address why American boxing fans are the worst fans in the world, man. Because guys like Troy calling in, insulting and demeaning Deontay Wilder, the American heavyweight, when he hasn't even fought, and that guy takes care of business the way he should, man. If you saw yesterday's event, every single fucking commentator on Sky Sports was standing up and yelling instructions, and all of England, it was the top news. Even though he beat an overweight, unprepared, overclassed fighter, all of UK was behind their guy, man. And the Americans, you guys are just a sad, sorry bunch of haters, man. That's what you guys are. You know what? And you know what? Now it's time for you guys to claim Andy Ruiz as your own, because he's not a Mexican, man. He's not a Latin warrior. He's a fat, lazy American, man. And that's what happened, and that's what he went into that fight, and he got starched, he got embarrassed, he got humiliated because he was unprepared and because he was just lazy, man. No other word to say it but that. Brings me to AJ, man. If AJ can't...
Remember that, Jose? American don't duck fights.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, man. American, lazy-ass American fucking guy. That's what he was.
Hopefully it's doing wonderful.
It don't matter. Yo, Mike, I ain't a pro. This guy's a pro, man. I was expecting to see the boxing fight of the year, and instead I saw some guy when he took off his shirt. I was embarrassed for him, man. As a man, I can only picture that guy. I was like, how the fuck must he be feeling? As soon as the fight was done, he was so worried about going to get on his rope because he was embarrassed to show off his titties, man. That was fat. He was fat. No excuses. He was fat. And AJ can't even put that guy away. AJ was afraid of him. AJ was at distance of him. AJ is a bomb. Let me tell you guys, AJ is a fucking bomb. AJ will Wilder can kill him in the ring. Wilder will kill him. Wilder's everything the Americans should want to cheer on, and you guys don't. Because you guys didn't cheer on Floyd. You guys are just haters, man. Just haters. That's all you guys are, man. Bunch of haters, and that's all you'll ever be. That's all I got. Peace.
Shout out to Jose, man, calling out of Canada. We got on the docket next, Mr. Gibbs.
We have Boomerang, JD in Texas.
JD, motherfucker.
There's a lot of things I like to move, so just try to get on my game. I don't know why they gonna call me, but I'm a 54-pounder. But I have a brother that's at 160.
JD picked Korobov and Andy.
Yeah. Let me get that double saving the crow, man. Yo, speaking of Korobov, man, look, I don't know what y'all saw, but I saw Korobov fucking him up with that left hand, man. I think he was on his way to win that fight, but you know, I couldn't gauge what Eubank Jr. was doing. Like I didn't know if he was like waiting for something or if he was like, you know, filling him out still. But during that fill out process, man, Korobov was fucking him up. But man, look, man, shout out to Charlo. I'm happy he got back. You know, in that he needed a big performance basically, and he got it. Whether you want to give him credit or not, it's always good to get that stoppage. You know what I'm saying? Get people talking good about you again. But as far as the Ruiz fight, man, again I called yesterday, but you got to give him his credit, man. I wouldn't be that hard on Andy though, because like, again, man, I saw Andy kind of. I don't like his coach, man. His coach fucked that all up. Like they had no plan B.
My nigga, his coach.
Like, the same coach that got him the first win? What the fuck?
His coach said,
Nah.
Andy and beg him to come to the gym. That's a damn good coach to me.
Listen, man, you gotta have fuck that, but I'm talking about.
Bruh, Manny Robles said that? That's
crazy. You ain't
crazy.
have no plan B or plan C.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Like you gotta have a plan B and plan C, man. You can't just come up with this plan A and just what the fuck was that about? But that's all I got, man.
All right. Going out to Seattle, Boomerang.
Mr. PBC, baby.
BoxingWords.com. I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen, get the sharpest knife, and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
He definitely picked Ruiz.
Man, it's Mr. PBC. It was good. Mr. PBC in the house. Man, Charlo did a good job. I'll take that crow. But you gonna have to remember, Anthony Joshua fought like a hoe. Like that dude Jose, I think his name is called in. He fought like a hoe. Deontay Wilder would have mopped him up every time Andy Ruiz touched Anthony Joshua. Come on, every time I thought he was gonna fall down. I was waiting for it. I jumped out my seat like hella times, especially when Anthony Joshua got into the clinch. Oh man, Anthony Joshua can't hand that. But I'm gonna have to give it to him. He pulled it off. He ran. He ducked all them punches from a fat dude who ain't supposed to be nobody. But he's from PBC. You have to remember that. Y'all need to start talking about he's from the Zone. He's from PBC. The Zone ain't signed nobody. And Charlo did a good job. He showed his grit. Fought a dude who was supposed to be somebody, but come to find out he ain't. But I'm still want to see Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, and I think that's unfair for Anthony Joshua to try to take that away. He should have called out Deontay Wilder and made it right there. Like, what's next for Anthony?
I mean, it's
like,
a year.
It's
a year before we could get that, though. Don't y'all realize it? It's a year.
Still. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see no Dillian Whyte. I don't want to see no one else. I want to see Deontay Wilder fight Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. That's it. Y'all niggas talking about something different. The game plan is Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua does a rematch. He does that same shit at heavyweight.
Game plan.
If Anthony Joshua does that same shit at heavyweight, he's going to lose to Deontay Wilder. If that's Anthony Joshua's game plan because he can't take a punch, then he ain't no heavyweight. I don't see heavyweights boxing like welterweights. Tyson Fury, he goes toe-to-toe with you. And he boxes that way. But he don't run from you the whole round.
Who got more knockouts,
You know?
Fury or AJ?
Come on, bro. This
I feel
AJ's
like
first
Fury would
fight
have knocked
fighting
out
like that.
Ruiz.
I'm just saying,
Fury
first
would have
fight
went
like
toe to
that.
toe with Ruiz.
But I'm saying though, who got more knockouts, bro? Who's proven more times that he's a killer rather than a guy who boxes around the ring? Fury or AJ? So if you
Stop
got that
defending
Fury,
that.
if you got that,
Was you
if
proud
you
of that
got that
fight?
energy for AJ, keep it for
Was
Fury.
you proud of that fight, Mike? Was that what
No,
you wanted to pay
I
for? Because
was
you paid for
proud
that.
of the fact that he found a way to win against adversity, against guys like you who
Yeah,
said he was
Ryan.
mentally weak,
Every
that he should
time Anthony
retire, that he
Ruiz
shouldn't
hit him,
take the
he ran.
rematch.
No, he should, bro. It's 1-1. It's even now. Let's see who really wins. Get that 2 win. That 2 times.
Are you want to see a third fight?
No, sir. No, sir. Davidian, upstate New York.
Davidian picked Ruiz.
I would take that crow burrito.
What's going on, Big Dog?
Not much. For the most part, I mean, other than the Andy Ruiz and the Joshua, I don't know. I was just disappointed in Ruiz. I didn't think he was gonna come in like that though, and just not train. That was kind of, he was saying one thing but then doing another. But I'm not. I wasn't. It's not like I'm really mad though, because one, I didn't bet. I don't do that. That's one thing I do stay out of. I don't bet on stuff like that. But I was rooting for Ruiz, but Joshua did his thing. I was wrong about Joshua. He did. He was boxing. He had his track shoes on and stuff. He did what he had to do. So I was wrong about him, but he won. So. But other than that, the fights was good though. I enjoyed. I thought Dillian Whyte was. That fight was. He looked sloppy. I don't know. I don't know about that guy, but what else? Charlo did good though. Yeah, he looked good. I like. It was a good fight, especially when he hit him with that, uppercut. I was like, whoa, dude did a whole backflip. I'm like, whoa. And then he had him just hurt. So that was a good performance by Jermall. So, yeah, there was some good fights. I enjoyed it for the most part. I was just chilling. So, and like I said, I ain't bet, so I'm not even tripping about that. But I am disappointed because I'm like, Andy Ruiz let his family down. Like, come on, man. But other than that, the fights was good. Hopefully in the future we can get the Anthony Joshua versus Wilder, but we'll see. But yeah, great show as always, and God bless.
All right, the video.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Anthony in Cincinnati. Talk to me.
Queen City.
What up, man? What up, Mike Ness? What's good?
What it do?
Man, it was it was kind of a wild weekend in boxing, man. It was some ups and downs. That AJ Ruiz, man, I'm so disappointed in Ruiz, and I called it right before the fight. As soon as I heard this motherfucker came in 15 pounds, I'm like, oh, AJ in 12. But, with his performance, with AJ's performance, yeah, he boxed, he ran, he stuck to the jab. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But we know that's what he's going to do moving forward against somebody that's, there ain't too many other people that he just going to box, man, because he walk up against Wilder and that, he going to get erased in one round. And then it wasn't like he was really moving swiftly. He was just, Ruiz was fat and slow, man. I'm so disappointed in that cat, man. But that Charlo fight, poor Dennis Hogan. I don't think I heard nobody say that, but poor Dennis Hogan, boy, that Charlo looked like a man and Hogan looked like a little ass boy in there, man. There's no reason that man needs to be fighting at 160 pounds. He needs to take his ass down to 147 with all that bullshit. But poor guy, he got erased. What else? Dillian Whyte fat as hell. Like the whole thing. Like I just don't understand. Like how you supposed to be a world class athlete? Like with a Ruiz, with
with a Marcus Bach and Dillian Whyte and all these other cats that coming in. Even Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter surprised the shit out of me, and I enjoyed watching it. That was the best fight of the weekend. But like, bruh, you got gut hanging over the side of your fucking trunks, man. Like, unacceptable. Like, for 6 months, we like, oh yeah, Ruiz, fuck it. Everybody can have a little gut, and you can still do your motherfucking thing. I like that shit too, but we just seen like, nah, that ain't the way. That ain't the fucking way. The way is to put in the fucking work and show up looking the part and being a part. At least look the fucking part. You know what I'm saying? So that was just that was a big ass disappointment and a lot of these guys. But looks like we 2 years away from Undisputed if it ever happens, which I don't think it will. But that right there is another big disappointment. AJ himself, he ain't trying to hear no Wilder. And if I'm AJ, shit, I don't want to hear no motherfucking Wilder talk either, because I know damn well I got my shit cleaned by a little fat Mexican kid. Now I'm coming against the king of Conda? Shit. Ain't no reason to fight him. I just made 60, 80 mil. No reason to fight him. And I don't think you will until some kind of mandate happens, which God only knows, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, this is what we get, man. Back to boxing. Shit, that's my cow, man.
Ant-Man, Queen City Cobra in the building.
Well, it's going to be interesting now with these negotiations. Now that the Saudis paid for Ruiz $40 million site fee, I mean, it's kind of hard to not believe they're going to throw their name in the hat for a Wilder fight.
Yeah, man, it's probably down because they said they want to. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn said it's a beginning of a long partnership. So definitely gonna see more matchroom cards probably in Saudi and things like that, and they're probably bringing AJ back there too. Seemed like it was a big hit. Like the Saudi crowd enjoyed it. They were cheering. So I think they wouldn't mind sending AJ back down there.
Yeah, we got Ringer, Bo and Bama. Talk to us.
What up, Bama Bo?
Gotta unmute, Bo.
Go on one time, Bo. 2 times, Bo. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Yo, Ness, can I go?
Yo.
Yeah.
What up, Bo?
Y'all got me?
Yeah.
Damn. That Skype had me tripping, man. Shout out Top Bo, Riddick Bo, Bo Mack, and Bo Jackson, man. It was a good weekend of fights, man. Of course, I had expected more from Ruiz, but man, I ain't disappointed in the fight. The dude, he tried to walk the man down the whole time. He was overweight. He couldn't close the gap. Joshua fought off the back foot. He had some good jabs, though. You know what I'm saying? Joshua cut him in the first round. You know what I'm saying? He was busting his ass up with the jab and the right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even mad that he was running like that. You know what I'm saying? If he wouldn't have ran, he would have got knocked out. So, shit, he had no other choice if he wanted to bring the belts on but to fucking run. It's boxing, man. You know? It is what it is. You love it, you hate it. It is what it is, man. I feel White couldn't be the 60-year-old Luis Ortiz, goddamn. White without steroids, he in that bitch looking like Carl Winslow. Like, that shit was terrible. He looked terrible, bro. He looked bad. He like a fat pig, man. He looked terrible. A fat black pig. He looked terrible, bro. He shot out. That Michael Hunter ring walk was crazy. I really like that, man. It was entertaining to see that. To see him get a big shot like that. He been on that stage before, though, because I've seen him fight Usyk before. People keep forgetting that he fought Usyk on national TV, you know. And he had a good performance that night, in my opinion. He kind of gassed against Usyk. Povetkin, he did a little bit better, but I feel he should have stopped Povetkin. I wish he could have got the stoppage in the first round. That would have been really good for him. Definitely looking forward to seeing more of both of them, actually. I'm tired of seeing Joshua go in the ring with no chop, bro. He got to get a haircut, bro. I know it's kind of off topic a little bit, but he got to get a haircut. He can't be my champion going out there with dookie balls on his head. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You got to get a chop or something, man. God damn. Then I seen my boy Amir Khan. He ended up looking like
he got looking like Enrique and shit.
Bro, that shit was funny as hell. I thought it was Enrique at first. I was like, TBV in the house. But nah, that shit was Amir Khan. So I guess that's the new swag, the new glass jaw swag, you know. Next thing we know, we're gonna see AJ with the blonde top, you know. But yeah,
Bo, man, thanks for calling in. Hilarious.
Got a couple of super chats right quick. Dame G says, unfortunately, Joshua versus Wilder would never happen now. Eddie Hearn ain't no fool. Put this toward Mike's transportation. Much love from DBC. Shout out to Dame G. SG Pad says, Hearn said post-fight that Fury/Wilder couldn't shine AJ boots. What does that tell you?
Bruh, he back to his old way. He back to downing the other opponents that are, you know, the ones the fight fans want to see. He's going to give us Usyk. Bro, we seen what Teaspoon did with Usyk. He getting Usyk and he getting Pulev. You know what I'm saying? We're going out to Rod and A7. Actually, hold on a minute. We got Matt in Texas.
BoxingVoice.com.
You invited him to the ring? Why?
Yo le invité a que subiera. Como decimos en México, hay que dejarnos de mamadas. ¡Viva México!
And like we say in Mexico, we don't fuck around. BoxingVoice.com.
What up, TBV?
What up?
What's going on, big dog?
Not much, man. You know, went back and rewatched it. Ruiz fighting AJ, and you know, just to make sure, because I always like to rescore the next day, see how accurate I am. I still got it like 10-3, not 10-3, 10-2 AJ on that tip, but then it's just like I'm with Ness, bro. Andy really doesn't deserve another chance because he had excuses right away. He didn't even be like AJ kind of he went up in the middle of Andy's speech when he first won. But you didn't have to yank the mic and who wants the third fight? I want the third fight. And then you kind of got any fighter that's real apologetic knows they fucked it up and they're probably not going to get another one. But all in all, it was a good fight. The Charlo fight was good. I really wish I could have seen more of Eubank. I kind of liked Eubank. Well, until he fought George Groves and I started thinking he was kind of But I don't know. I wanted to see more out of that fight. Other than that, that's my call, man. You have a good one.
Well, all right, champ. Thanks for calling in. We're going out to Rod and A70. Talk to me.
Big Pig Ruiz. Yeah,
What's up, man? Give me that call.
Get off that speaker.
Can you guys hear me better now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. First off, I'm with you, Ness, man. It's the UK caller saying that we're pissed off and we're hurt. It's not being hurt. I'm disappointed at both fighters. It's funny. I was at the farmer's market today telling the guy that how I was disappointed at both fighters. Andy, because he came in fat as shit and didn't even try to prepare for a golden opportunity that could have set him up for 2 or 3 more $1 million paydays. And Anthony Joshua, who just came in just to steal the belts back by running and shit. And if a motherfucker beat me like that, I'm coming in to destroy. And I'm not mad at AJ for boxing the first 6 rounds and getting back in the groove because you're nervous. You in a situation where this guy beat you for the first time in your professional career. But once you up 5-6 rounds, man, put the foot on the gas and try to knock his ass out to show people that you really backing this thing. You won your belts back, yeah, but you didn't show us you was back. It's more people that's still saying yeah, good, congratulations, AJ. But Wilder will fucking destroy you. Fury will box your head off. And that's the key, Mike. That's what we're talking about here. Nobody's hating on him. We're just saying that you didn't do anything.
They've been saying that shit when he fought Klitschko. If Wilder hit him like Klitschko,
nobody said that he got props when he fought Klitschko. Yeah, Klitschko was old, but he got props, Mike.
Come on, Rod, man. You out here bullshit, man.
He got props for getting up knocking his ass out. Mike, you know what he did yesterday was equivalent. You played basketball, right? The equivalent of when you used to play them all white schools in Arkansas and they get a 20-22 lead and then they pass the ball around for 5 minutes. in the game.
It's up to you not to get down to them niggas by 20. It's up to you to make a fucking comeback.
Mike, but still, what ended up happening to those teams? They got walked out of the fucking system when they put a shot clock in place.
I agree with
because
that, bro. I agree.
So
I don't think AJ can beat Wilder, but you can't beat Hartman, man, because you don't like how he won. He won.
Problem, Mike. Here's my problem, Mike, is that these motherfuckers celebrate like he just knocked a motherfucker out. Take your win, get the fuck out. Don't be sitting there talking about you the best fighter in the
country that is as big as Texas, my nigga. Of course, they about to hoop and holler for they do when his belt's back. They happy.
When you win like a bitch, you should just take the win and get the fuck out the ring. Don't be talking about these other fighters ain't shit, like Ned said. But that's my call, Mike, man. I ain't here to fuss with you. That's my point, man. Enjoy your night.
It's all love, man. Y'all just a little bit too emotional, man, when it comes to this shit, bro. Just the fight, you know what I'm saying? Just a victory, and we gonna get the fight that we all want pretty soon. And I agree with you, bro. AJ can't take a Wilder punch, and that boxing shit gonna go out the window, bro. He can't outbox Wilder because he got the reach on you, my nigga.
To this day. Sing along if you know the words.
What up, KO'd?
Ringer status, cutting the line from the UK. What up?
AJ done made him upgrade, baby. AJ done made him upgrade,
He don't want to wait on Americans.
Listen, y'all. Listen. You know I was boomerang before, but you lot need to put that boomerang status back, you know, Ness. I'm trying to get back on that thing, but I don't know what's going on there. But listen, yeah, AJ did his thing. Ness always hating. I like the way Mike put him on check at the beginning of the show. Mike, you're doing your thing. That's good. And Ruiz, obviously, he needs to go back and rebuild. I agree with everyone. But yeah, I mean, looking forward to 2020. Let's bring the big fights. Let's see what happens. AJ deals with his mandatories. Wilder and Fury, they do 2 fights. I mean, if you guys don't believe they have 2 fights, I don't know what else to tell you guys. But those guys are fighting twice next year, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Yeah, man. Just looking forward to everyone fighting, really. That's what I really want. I just want all these guys to fight each other. I don't care about perception. Perception is not the same thing as reality. Just because you think your champion is going to win doesn't actually mean that's actually what's going to happen in the ring until all these guys get into the ring. So that's what we really want, yeah. But yeah, man, shout out to you, Mike. And Ness, stop hating, man. It's not good for your blood pressure again.
I'm a hater because I'm telling the truth. That was a boring fight.
No, you're giving your perspective.
Well, is it my perspective or is it AJ's perspective? It's AJ's opinion.
Nah, boxed 12 rounds and ran. Don't respect that.
It's AJ's opinion.
Everyone's allowed to evolve in life, right? You've evolved from what you used to be, right?
He's evolving.
Are you the same Ness? Are you the same Ness 3 years ago? Answer me.
No. He don't even use Euro bombs no more.
Exactly. Everyone evolves. So don't stop going on with this hate stuff.
Hey.
I appreciate the fact that this guy
It's just funny.
Game plan.
It's just funny when it's time to give Fury credit for doing it to Vladimir Klitschko and not getting hit. It's boring. Meanwhile, my energy's the same. I thought the Vladimir Klitschko-Tyson Fury fight was boring as hell. You know, but when AJ does it, it's a masterclass.
I'm not saying it's not boring. What I'm saying is that you still have to give the man credit. Like, you can't take that credit away from him. He won.
Well, people took that credit away. People took that credit away from Tyson Fury, though. We've all took that credit away.
Tweet about the fight?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen Lennox's Lewis tweet about the fight?
I haven't.
Well, you should check it out.
I'll try. Let me see who we got. We got Mastermind Supermex in Plainview, Texas.
BoxingWiz.com. Oloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
BoxingWiz.com.
Yo, what up, TBV? Look, man.
What up?
I never thought I'd come on the show to defend AJ because I'm not an AJ fan. And look, I know the fight wasn't what we wanted, but let's be real, man. Had he been up 6 or 7 rounds, went for the kill, and got clipped, when you could obviously see throughout the fight he was feeling the punches, he gets clipped, we're going to tell him he was stupid for not just boxing and taking the wins. So it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. I wasn't overly entertained with the fight, but I wasn't like bored with the fight because it was interesting to watch AJ kind of hold himself back from trying to engage. And the times that Andy did hit him, it looked like he was feeling it. His reactions weren't great, which is why I say Wilder will take his head off. But props to dude for getting it done. Like I said, to me, had he went for the kill and got clipped, the conversation would be he should have just stayed boxing. So, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Personally, I don't think the Undisputed is something we're going to happen. I think those belts are going to get separated before too long. Just what I think is going to happen. But we got to wait and see. And, Charlo fight was a pretty good fight, man. I liked his performance, but I'm with Mike. I don't like his comments about the Eubank fight. You can't complain about that getting done to you and then anymore if you're going to have that same statement. But,
Hey, Joseph.
What's up, man?
I just hope that everybody has the same energy with Charlo when we look back at his career a couple years from now and say he chose to fight Dennis Hogan, moving up, Brandon Adams, moving up. Both of those fights happened while Demetrius Andre was a champion and whoever else is a champion. The way these guys like to go back in history and talk about, oh, well, he should have fought Charlo when he fought Callum Smith or Liam Smith. Well, this is what Charlo should be doing. Instead of fighting these dudes that nobody's tuning in to watch.
And let me just say real quick, because you're right, Ness, but also Charlo versus Derevchenko is a fight I'd be interested to see. I think that's a good scrap. It's a good style match.
Again, we are allowing Charlo to get a pass. Why is it okay to fight a beltless Eubank or a beltless Derevchenko? Why isn't he not being forced to unify the way the guys want Canelo to unify every time he lands at a division? Canelo got to fight every fucking body in the division, give their grandmother a fucking chance, give their uncles a chance, then he can move up. He got to clear out every division, but Charlo don't? Why is it okay to fight 2 fucking 54-pounders? Let's get that energy the same.
Probably gonna be elevated to the full title pretty soon.
Demetrius Andre got a full belt. He ain't got to probably wait about nothing. He ain't got to ask the WBA to elevate him. He got a full belt.
Good fight.
But Derevchenko and Charlo would be a good one to see, I think. But that's my call.
I agree. Funbot says, why don't Wilder offer Fury step-aside money to face AJ? I don't think Bob Arum would accept that.
Well, I did tell you guys, you weren't on that morning show, but I did a show where TalkSports said John Fury had an interview where he thinks that's what's going to happen. But he thought that was going to happen if Andy would have won. So I don't think it'll happen. But we got another boomerang. Bond Box in Arizona. Talk to us.
What up, Bond?
Yes. I'm going to go back a few callers before that when Mike was getting a little bit heated. That's the difference between a hardcore and a new hardcore. Like, I've been watching boxing 30 years, my friend, and I'm more worried about what's going to happen next in boxing, what needs to happen, not what he did. And Mike, you goddamn Uncle Tom, he's going to run. He ain't going to fight. So what? He did a little bit of boxing.
Evident we're not getting a fight next year. Wilder is in a fight with Fury where it's supposedly to have a two-way rematch clause, bro. AJ got two mandatories.
It doesn't matter. He's still not going to fight him. On top of that, he's got a mandatory. He was just ordered. The WBO just ordered a mandatory with Usyk. You think he's going to take that fight? No, he's going to get rid of that belt. He's going to try to get a second fight, or third fight with Ruiz, and then he's going to hide.
He said in an interview, "I didn't get these belts back just to let him go." And also, in the business of boxing, if the fight makes money, does it normally happen? Yes or no?
Who's talking for him? AJ says one thing, Eddie Hearn runs the other thing. It's not going to happen, brother. You already know. You already know.
It does, man, boxing. Before the debate retire, I put money that Wilder and Joshua will fight each other. You want to take that bet?
Pretty bold, man. When Lennox and Bo didn't fight.
I got 10 years. I'll be Bo. What's up?
No, I'll put money on that.
All right,
I don't think he's
friendly wager, man. $50 that Wilder and Joshua will fight before the end of their careers.
Well, see, now we're talking about 37-year-old Wilder and 33-year-old. No, I say within the next 2-3 years they won't fight.
Even if he fights him in 21, Wilder's already 36.
That's what I'm saying. It's not going to happen. Like it's aggravating. We're not upset that Joshua won or we're not so over here crying because Andy didn't win the fight. We're crying because we already know what the political aspect is going to be. We already know what's going to happen. That's why we're pissed. We're not pissed. Yeah, we're pissed Andy didn't come in and show up the way he was supposed to show up, and he didn't take it seriously because now we know the fucking belts are hostage again. I want to see what's going to happen with this WBO mandatory now because I think Usyk gives him all he ever wants. So, but I still love you, Mike. I just got my opinion.
Oh, bro, it's all good. It's all love, man. I'm not taking offense to nothing. I'm just saying you guys got to quit being so pessimistic, man. Like, these fights are going to happen because they make business sense in the long run. That's why
history has a terrible thing of repeating itself, man. And it's already been said. Anthony, I think Joshua wants to fight. I think he wants to fight a Wilder. I'm not saying I don't think he does, but, he might not want to. But Andy...
Bond, you boomerang, so just let us know when you're ready. We're going out to Miguelito. Miguelito, unmute.
Don't forget to go back to Pat and Bean time.
Miguelito going once, twice. Pat and Beantown, talk to us.
Yo, Pat, going once.
All right, going out to Gabe in Salt Lake City.
What's going on, Gabe? Do I have you down for something? Nope.
What? No, I didn't call it. I didn't call in on Thursday. But what's going on, fellas? Hopefully you had a good weekend. But let's get to this. So, what?
Who you pick? Be a man. Who you pick?
Man, I had AJ all the way. It wasn't even a question in my mind. So, but
everybody had AJ.
Let's go.
Man.
And I'm Mexican. Hey, yo, and I'm Mexican though.
Everybody had AJ now.
I just knew Ruiz was gonna fucking, love the birria and the beer and get fucked up and not take it serious. That's been Ruiz's history throughout. That's why he pretty much got shelved at Top Rank. But let's get to it. Yo, what did everyone say after every Floyd fight? Ness, Mike? I guess more Ness because I don't know if Mike was watching ball.
That he was boring.
All right.
But Floyd was a welterweight. Why y'all keep doing this?
No, I understand. No, that's just my first point. Let me keep going. Okay, I understand. So I'm not harping on it. The second point is, look at AJ's resume, right? What makes Canelo pound for pound? What makes Canelo pound for pound?
Oh boy, his resume. His achievements, his accolades, right? The people he's fought.
His accolades, his ex-world champions or world champions on that resume, right? Mm-hmm. Look at AJ's resume, man. Look at those last 10 fights. Mm-hmm. you're gonna have to do some multiplication because that's how much he has more than Wilder or some division.
Okay. But Gabe,
Right?
what are you talking about here? You're talking about resume.
AJ
You're not talking about fighting. That's what AJ fans do. You talk about resume. You talk about money. You talk about who's the A side, who's the boss, smack you down. You better take what we give you, do what we say. Slave contracts, 15%, fucking mandatory offers. Come on, bro. Like, knock it off. Do you guys want the fight? Flat fees, another thing I forgot. Like, you sitting here talking about resume. You still talking about Wilder's resume? Like, that's still your argument in 2020?
How can it not be?
Because you a clown. That's how can it not be. His last 2 fights are top 10. His last 2 fights are top 5 fighters. His last 2 fights are top 5 fighters and 1 mandatory. And you still talking fucking resume because you don't want to see AJ's fucking bubble get burst. You seen that shit happen already. You seen it happen already, and it was by mistake. By someone that was a fucking 14-16, as low as a 12-1 underdog. That's why you talking about resume. You fucking scared of the fight.
Let me get off. Let me get my point, though. So in every sport, I hate to say it, but every sport, you play to the level of your competition sometimes. I hate to say that, but people do it. Especially AJ, who's been reigning at the top for so long. He's the one who's unified the belts. I hate to say it. Like, I want to see the fight. I don't see it happening in next year, though, because I've been hearing there's that 2-way rematch clause. So, Wilder's the one who's actually tied up, right? But AJ does have the mandatory, so he's probably going to drop one of the belts. Hopefully a PBC guy could pick it up. So then when they do fight in 2020, it'd be 2021, when I think the fight will happen. That's my call. Go support T.
He keeping both belts, champ. He keeping both belts. They're going to do 1 mandatory at a time. It's Eddie we talking about. They're not letting them shits go. We're going out to CYP on the Boomerang.
Yo. Yeah, I want y'all to know something, man. I always got the fact that y'all motherfuckers don't know. Holyfield and Ali were the 2 fighters that they compared AJ to. Holyfield and Ali, which is fucking crazy, but let's go with them. Because they always saying stupid shit. Let's put their foot in their mouth and let's dissect this shit. Holyfield and Ali have 4 sets of trilogies between them. 4 sets of trilogy. John Molina, sorry ass, got 3 fights. Riddick Bowe got 3 fights. Ken Norton got 3 fights. And Frazier got 3 fights. Nobody needed to see a third Joe Frazier, but they still saw it. Nobody damn sure needed to see no damn third John Molina. They saw the fight. It happens. Great fucking boxers, the great legends who are on that list that we look up and say greatest of all time, when we look them up, those dudes were not cool with a dude beating their ass and moving on. They weren't cool with that. Oh, I beat him by points. That's cool with me. Fuck no. That's another reason why y'all get laughed at. Y'all don't play by the same rules as us, so you can never get the same respect as us. And I don't mean us as Americans. I mean us as greats. Y'all ain't greats. Y'all like, okay, y'all in the soccer field. Y'all suck. Secondly, when it came down to Rahman versus Lewis, fight 2, Lennox Lewis got his ass knocked out. We know that. Motherfucker manned up, fought back. The purses in that fucking fight were Lennox Lewis $11 million, Hasim Rahman $10 million. He didn't play that nigga. He didn't come out there and say, you take 9, I'll take 60. We don't do that shit. Greats run it back. They have respect for their fucking fighters. They don't go around talking about how poor you are, how you not a draw, how you not this, how you not that. They don't do that. You whip my fucking ass, you know what we're going to do? We're going to run it back, and I'm going to break you the fuck off. Then I'm going to break you the fuck off. That's how legends do. Greats do. The people on that list that they look up and talk about forever and ever and ever. You motherfuckers are far from that. Secondly, when it comes to Jermall Charlo, y'all can keep up with this bullshit. Last time I checked, Jaime Munguia had trouble making 154, now he's moving up to 160. Charlo never had an issue making 154. Never. He moved up to give his brother his props. But at the same time, Charlo could be 154 if he wanted to. So cut that bullshit and moving up, chasing 154 pounders. He is a natural 154 pounder. He fights at 160.
Yo, he ain't have a stop clock that time. Damn, that was 2 minutes and 22 seconds. I was putting numbers in. There's so many callers. I used that time to add all these great names to address people by their name. We're going to go out to some new callers here. We got 574. New caller. First time caller, say you are a first time caller. Let us play this first time caller intro and have you introduce yourself to the audience. 574, first time caller.
I believe I'm a first time caller right here from Mississippi.
Well, all right.
Down home in Mississippi, right here. And I've seen a lot of boxing. I've seen a lot of it. My whole life. I've seen a bunch of it. Right? And what I seen was...
Can we get your name, sir? Can we get your name?
My name's Billy.
Billy. In Mississippi.
Billy. You got it?
Yeah, in Mississippi, right?
All right. Yeah, it's Billy. And what I seen was a whole lot of white men beating up a whole lot of black men, and I don't think black men like it. I don't think y'all like it at all. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to ever talk about Max Schmeling. You don't want to talk about him, Chuck Wepner. You don't want to talk about him, Rocky Marciano. You don't want to talk about him at all, do you? No.
That's old boxing.
That's not on your resume.
We're trying to stay current. You don't like current boxing?
Tyson Fury.
Okay, let's
you
talk
want to
Tyson
talk about
Fury.
him?
Let's talk Tyson Fury.
Let's talk about it.
You got
what y'all think
bell
about
rang.
it? Why are y'all so afraid to talk about it?
He is top 3.
He'll bust somebody right in their face, man, and he wins all the time. What? He still has the belt. What are y'all talking about? Where you don't want to talk about it?
What belt?
None of that.
What belt does he have? I didn't know what he had a belt.
He's got his own belt.
Oh, he's got it.
He got his own belt.
He's got his own belt. Okay. The baddest motherfucker belt. I got you. Who else you like? Tyson Fury?
Y'all don't believe a white man can hit a black man and knock him down. Is that what you're saying to me right now? Is that what you're telling me? Is something surprising to you?
No, it sounds like you're trolling, but I mean, I'm gonna leave it up to my co-host to decide.
I ain't trolling at all. I ain't trolling at all. I'm just asking a regular old question.
Now, can we get a name on this
a
particular?
White boxer hits a black boxer in the head
which white
and knocks
boxer?
him the hell out.
Which white boxer, sir? Be specific.
Tyson Fury.
Versus who?
Everybody.
I mean,
he beat Deontay Wilder already one time.
He didn't knock down or knock out Derek
Deontay
Chisora.
Wilder, ain't that your hero?
He didn't knock down.
Ain't that your half a NBA, half a boxer hero? Ain't that your half a NBA, half a boxer hero right there? Deontay Wilder.
But Derek Chisora. But Derek Chisora had 2 fights. But Derek Chisora had 2 fights with Tyson Fury. He didn't knock him out.
Is Deontay Wilder going to have to
you
fight
don't want to
Tyson
talk
Fury
about
again?
that? You don't want to talk about that?
Is Deontay Wilder
You don't want to answer your own
fight
question? I thought you said a white man can knock down a black man. What happened when they fought?
He already did.
But he didn't knock him down.
He knocked him senseless.
He didn't knock him down. I thought you said a white man can knock down a black man. What happened?
He does it all the time.
He fought 3 black men from Mike. Didn't he fight 3 black men? Wasn't it Chisora twice and Wilder once? He ain't knocked none of them down, did he?
I'm a racist, bro. I don't know who he fought.
Oh, you're a racist.
He's racist. So what you're saying is, what my real question is,
you got about 10 seconds
a white
left.
man.
I mean, I guess your answer is no. Tyson Fury didn't do it. He had 2 fights.
No, you didn't
3
let me
fights.
you didn't let me ask the question. You gave me 10 seconds.
Well,
Can a white
you had
man
3
be the
minutes.
heavyweight
You
champion?
had 3 minutes. Next time, use your 3 minutes wisely. D in the South.
What up, D?
Ness, me and you on the same page. These motherfuckers, they don't want nothing. They don't want nothing with it. Wilder would smash all these motherfuckers. All these motherfuckers. White, come on, man. I hear motherfuckers talking about, oh, White beat him and all kind of shit. Ness, these motherfuckers, These motherfuckers don't want none of it. Now, I hear all kind of shit. You see, I'm laughing my ass off. Let's go, baby. Bomb motherfucking squad.
What you sipping on, big dog?
Crown. You know I'm a crown. You know I'm a crown, Mike. I'm a crown boy. Hey. Ness, these motherfuckers. Yeah, all this shit. I'm just sitting back listening to all these motherfuckers. UK motherfuckers. But be aware, I think Triple D will be the next motherfucker though. You know? Alright.
D, man, thanks for calling in.
Intrigue the Incredible says, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man versus Roadrunner. Joshua was running around the ring like beep beep, and he only cared about securing the bag.
Yo, he's on the line. I tried to go to you, Intrigue the Incredible.
Why you get stuff together? We got two from Duke City Podcast. The first one, he just showing love. And the second one, he says, the U.S. will run a train on Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum.
Yo, you guys are so disrespectful to each other. I see why they hate us, bruh. Mr. Incredible, you just listening, champ? You got to unmute. All right. We're going out to Oliver in Cincinnati. What up, champ?
What up, Big O?
Yo, what's good, fellas? It's been a minute. How's everybody?
All good. Happy to hear you back.
Good.
Bermuda. AJ bring everybody out, boy.
Oh, well, look, I just want to give kudos to AJ. He won the fight fair and square, but to be honest, both fighters were disappointing. Ness, you've already detailed that. Anyone that thinks that AJ gave a boxing clinic, I mean, the fight reminded me of Porter versus Brook. You know, I wouldn't call that a clinic. I love watching grappling. Gordon Ryan did his thing last night, but if I want to, I'll put on Flow Grappling. I don't want to watch that during the fight. I would suggest everyone look at how Thurman dealt with Porter, or Caleb Plant. He's a very conservative fighter, but when he went up against Uzcategui, when he was in the pocket, he did his thing as well. You can also look at how Julian Williams dealt with, who was the terror of his division, the previous fight. Those are cats who could fight on the outside and inside. And those are fights that I prefer to watch. But in addition to that, on a positive note, AJ is like 230, 240, and he danced for the full 12 rounds. So kudos to him. I don't see the fight with Wilder happening. That's unfortunate. UK fans, pump your boy up. That's great. But all I request is that you demand that he fights Wilder. If he really thinks he's the best, then let's see it. And Ness, what's the issue with Charlo? Because I thought Andrade backed out against, I think it was Jermall Charlo in the past. Would that even be a feasible fight?
But that's the problem right there. Like, they hung up on that. Oh, we gave him a shot. We ain't giving him a shot again. We gave him. Like, bruh, okay, well, AJ gave Wilder a shot many a times.
Gotcha.
We can't just not negotiate with people. Now he talking about, oh, Chris Eubank better watch how he talk. He on my undercard. I'm giving him a shot. What you talking about? You need people. And I don't even know why we made it okay for him to fight fucking Chris Eubank when there's people out there with belts.
Fair enough. But my only question is, would Andrade's team be okay with that fight? Would that be something that they want to do?
Send that offer. Send that money.
Fair enough. So again,
and if they not okay with it, I bet you they okay with Jermall Charlo going over there, which we've already heard. What's his name, Mike? Bill Wagner from Fox say that's what they was thinking about anyway. Send his ass over there where the real fight's at.
Fair enough. And yeah, all I can say, the only critique, I just wasn't a fan of the holding. I mean, he gripped on Ruiz like he was, a sexy ass woman the entire fight. And I'm just not a fan of that style of fighting. But he displayed excellent cardio, and he got the belt, so I'm not going to knock him. I just prefer Caleb Plant. He's a conservative. He's a skilled fighter, but, when he gets in the pocket, he lets his hands go as well. So congrats to you guys, and smash the like button.
Oliver, man, glad to have you back, man. Pat in Beantown, what it do?
What up, Pat, man? Got everything situated? Pat going what?
Casey, talk up. Pat is there. Pat, talk to us.
What up, Pat? Big dog.
Yeah. Andy Ruiz disappointed us, but most of all, he let himself down. You know, that was kind of sad. I was saying that the weight might honestly help him, but once I got to see him in the ring, I didn't really take the weigh-in serious. I was kind of like, oh yeah, he has clothes on, whatever. He might have a few more pounds. But once I saw him in the ring, I was like, holy shit, this dude is like seriously fatter. Like I knew that shit wasn't muscle. I knew that for a fact. I didn't believe that for 1 second, but I mean, he was doing all right. He was doing good body work. He was going to the body well early. And it looked like he was going to set up the shots going up top, but Joshua was just kind of running away, using the jab a lot, clinching up, especially once. And like I think it was the 6th round. I think that I pretty much saw the last fight and the kind of combination that put Joshua down. I saw that about to happen again. He was about to trade with Andy, but then he took a step back. And Andy just didn't have the gas and wasn't cutting off the ring to be able to catch Joshua. But I still thought Andy could have caught him if he just came in shape. I wasn't that impressed with Joshua's performance. Not one bit. Dillian Whyte, I think people are disrespecting Dillian Whyte a little bit too much. I like his punch selection. I think he's always going to be a dangerous heavyweight just because he does throw a lot of shots and he throws well. He throws a good assortment of punches, you know. He goes off his jab, and I think him versus Wilder will be a great fight. Hopefully after the Fury fight, depending if Fury takes the rematch after that fight. Navarrete with a great knockout. I would like to see him step up and fight someone better, maybe pay for like a Rigondeaux or a Daniel Roman since he's coming back, and hopefully in the future get that Inoue fight. I think early prediction that Navarrete could be a little bit too big for Inoue, but you know I'm a big fan of Inoue, and he absolutely smoked Donaire in his last fight. No matter what Ness says, that was not really that close of a fight. And then Charlo, that was all right. I mean, you kind of see it coming that Hogan was going to get knocked out, but next for Charlo, I'd love to see him against Derevchenko. It looks like they're setting that up. And I think that would be a great test for Charlo. I don't know. I might take Derevchenko in that one.
Super chat coming in from Big Super Max. Yo! Clayton Bigsby called in. And we got one coming from Duke City Specialist. Boxing MD with the fake Southern troll call.
Yo, shout out to that dude. He must be a long time listener. That's hilarious. He said that, bruh. Crazy. All right, we got Junior in Houston.
What up, Junior? Junior picked AJ. Okay.
Junior over there listening to slow music. He romancing right now. Joseph in Minnesota.
What up, Joseph?
Hey, what's good, y'all? How y'all doing? I picked Ruiz, so serve me up some of that crow. Hello? Yeah, we all know that, AJ is from the UK and these people are going to cheer him. They're going to rep him. I don't even care about none of that. Y'all can like this dude all you want. Whatever. Who am I to tell y'all who not to like and who to support? Support your dude if that's your dude. But don't tell me that Wilder ain't the man, he ain't the best, because you're kidding yourself, and we all know that's a fucking lie if you think otherwise. AJ, if he's the best, you don't need no tune-ups. You don't need to see if he can get himself right. If Dillian Whyte's the best, he was talking all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no tune-ups. Matter of fact, he need to get in the ring with Wilder after Fury. Let's get that shit cracking. I'm on. Let's beat the shit out of these UK dudes parading in 2020. Starting with Tyson Fury. Knock his bitch ass out, then knock out fucking Dillian Whyte, and AJ is going to be left by default. And you ain't going to have nothing else to do but to clamor for that fight because you're going to need your boy to step up because Wilder's going to take out the last two remaining clowns in the UK stable. So at this point, I don't care what these dudes do. I'm not looking at no Fury. I'm not looking at no Dillian Whyte. Until they get in the ring with Wilder, none of them will be the best. And that's all that is. That's all that's left to be said. Y'all can sit here and try to parade this dude around and him being number one and all that bullshit. If you want to, go ahead. But just know this. If he doesn't fight Wilder, he ain't shit and he won't never be shit. So let that sink in. UK, I'm out.
Minnesota. A lot of background noise there. Damn, this is anonymous again. Damn, is this Civilian 11?
Hello?
Who's this, Justin?
This Justin?
Hello? Oh, yeah, I've been waiting for 52 minutes. I'm anonymous because I'm actually calling from a computer right now.
Yeah, that's why you've been waiting that long, Justin. When it's anonymous, you know we try not to go to those. They're usually trolls, but talk to us.
Yeah. I already did my fighter analysis on the stuff of Ruiz, Joshua, too. I don't need no crow because I picked Joshua. Mainly all my picks are right, but I knew this was going to happen. Ruiz shocked the world. The hype got to him. Kind of reminds me like Buster Douglas, like somebody else said earlier in the show. And, I've said all this stuff already, so did you guys know that Usyk is a WBO mandatory of Joshua?
Sure do.
Well, if you look at the guy he beat, Witherspoon, he's ranked number 75, so, Usyk's talented and stuff, but I feel like he's jumping a line being 1-0 at heavyweight and beating a guy who's ranked number 75.
Agree.
WBO got a rule though. If you're considered a super champion in a division, you can move up or move down and face anybody you want to, similar to what Canelo Alvarez is trying to do with the WBO against Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah, I know, but this is heavyweight, and you have a lot of popular guys. This isn't middleweight. And I know there are a lot of popular guys up there and stuff, but you know what I mean. You guys can ask me questions because I didn't really come prepared.
What you think of Dillian Whyte versus Mariusz Wach?
All right, so of course Dillian Whyte was sloppy, 2-week layoff, before the fight, I was like, Dillian Whyte deserves this title shot against Deontay Wilder and everything, but from his performance, I know it's a 2-week layoff and everything, but, 2 or 3 more fights to get fresh, and who knows.
All right, Justin, anything else you want to say, man? You want to shout out to YouTube before we let you go?
Yeah, Justin Jr. 962, fighter breakdowns, predictions, fighter interviews, everything. Peace.
All right, Big Doc.
Justin, thanks, brother. We have still a bunch of callers. You know what? We got 3 minutes before we get on drive-by mode, so we're going to Casey. Ibrahim.
Oh, Casey.
All you gotta do is talk. We hear you.
Yeah, all right. Bet. All right. I swear to God on my mother's life, yeah, I told all my niggas in the neighborhood that AJ was going to win on points. I just predicted it. All right. Number 2, I'm not an AJ fan, nor am I a Ruiz fan. I appreciate boxing. I just appreciate boxing and fighting. And you guys need to stop hating and making excuses on AJ's style of fight. You should be angry at Andy Ruiz for coming like a fat shit. But then again, let's be honest, 90% of people would have done the same if they just were hit 0 to hero in a space of one night. Niggas would be eating shit. Okay, you got to respect AJ for keeping quiet, hustling on the low key, and he did his thing. Yeah, man, that's all I really got to say, man. And listen, listen, exactly, Mike said the UK is the size of fucking Texas, actually smaller, to be honest. So, of course, they're going to celebrate for AJ. And also, he's a big part of this heavyweight saga, so we need him just as much. And I feel like Ruiz
90 seconds.
You should fight Joseph Parker to get that L off his back, or someone like Oscar Rivas. Or that's what I would love to see, or even a Povetkin. Yeah, Luis Ortiz would get smashed. For any of them guys that are saying he would beat AJ, you're fucking crazy. AJ would smash him to pieces. That man is old. He's past his prime.
He'll smash him like he smashed Ruiz?
Yo, he would do a job because he's a southpaw. And
60
everyone that
seconds.
knows boxing, those southpaws are right there for the right hand. Right there.
Is he going to smash him like he did Ruiz?
Ruiz there's completely different fighters, bro. One's a southpaw, skilled, one's a fast-handed motherfucker. Completely different fights, man. And listen, Luis Ortiz will get smashed. I love my guy Luis Ortiz, but he's past his time, man. All right, take it easy. Bless.
Mm-hmm. All UK fans say he's going to smash him to bits. He's going to smash him. He's going to smash him. He's going to spark him. But did he spark Ruiz? Trey, what's going on, girl? Gotta unmute. Trey, Japan.
10 seconds.
Trey in Japan, no?
Yeah, I'm in here. Shit, can y'all hear me good?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Ken Porter, because he always say the fighters are most vulnerable after they fight, and he keeps his son guarded and guided, unlike what happened with Andy Ruiz. Listen, I'm an airplane mechanic, right? If I show up to work not ready, how would y'all feel?
Not safe to get on that plane.
That's what I'm saying, right? There's no excuse for that shit. I'm so mad at that dude. Like, that's the biggest chance of his life. You know, and Deontay Wilder, man, please don't get complacent. Please don't let this shit get to your head. Please don't let these motherfuckers pump you up. And he sound like he getting ready to retire. He sound like he tired. You know, I just want him to stay focused and keep his shit together. And UK brothers, man, we don't hate y'all. You know, y'all do talk funny, and we ain't fucking with grind. But we don't hate y'all. We love y'all. Y'all are cousins and shit. You know, and congratulations to AJ, even though he ran. He should have ran, though. What you gonna do to a fat boy? Nigga, you can't touch me with your fat ass, with them slow feet. Andy Ruiz, man, I know he's slapping the shit out of himself. And why he coming with all the excuses? AJ didn't come with no excuses. He got his ass whooped. He probably had a million things going on, but he didn't have no excuses. And for no particular reason, I don't fucking like Usyk. I don't know if it's because he ugly as fuck. For no reason at all. I don't like that ugly motherfucker, man. When he smile, it make my stomach hurt. That motherfucker disgusting to look at. Shit, I think that's all I got, man.
Well, all right. Disgusting.
Oh, and Andy Ruiz was gonna run off in the sunset with them belts too. He was. You know he was.
Absolutely. He had a 3-fight plan. I already know what I'm mapped out.
You know what I'm saying? And AJ, I mean, we don't know what the fuck he gonna do. But if I was him with that bad chin, I would stay the fuck away from Deontay Wilder too. At least that'd be my last fight. And I think they're gonna be Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao. I think it's gonna be at the end of everybody's career, and we ain't even gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I'm over the fucking AJ and Wilder fight. Unless the niggas gonna do that shit right now, I'm over that shit. I don't even want to hear about it no more. That's my call, y'all. Y'all have a good night. And next, I'm going to sign up to Patreon as soon as I get a chance. When I was in Japan, it was trying to do some weird shit and make me pay in yen. And I don't have no Japanese credit card. So soon as I get some time, man, I'm gonna sign up.
No problem. Thank
Y'all
you.
have a good night.
Appreciate
and thank
the
you
support.
for doing your shows day and night, man. I listen to this shit at work all day, every day.
No problem,
I make the
man.
white folk at work listen to it and everything.
Appreciate it.
Y'all have a good one.
All right. Well, we'll be back 9 a.m. in the morning without a doubt. We are going to drive-by mode. We're going to Gem on the drive-by.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Drive-by! Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. With the fight, I was going to say, yeah, I got to give credit to AJ, you know. I thought he was going to pull it off as well, to be fair. I thought he would do it on points. Maybe a late stoppage, but I thought he could do it on points. I was going to say, you know, Ruiz got to be disappointed with himself. He had a chance to, you know, make some sort of generational wealth if he did win this fight. And, you know, if you saw the post-fight interview, you saw Manny Robles' face, you could see that man was angry as hell. Angry. And I don't know if you guys seen the recent IFO interview with his dad. His dad is talking about the guy was trying to train himself. He was going jogging. And if you, with his friends, if you see his friends, they're even fatter than Ruiz. So I was like, what's going on? That's what I was thinking. I was just going to say as well, do you remember when his dad called in the show and he was like, yeah, I put this amount of money on my son. I was just thinking, and also in the interview, he mentioned that he didn't want Andy to take the fight because he wasn't training properly. So I was thinking, it kind of contradicted, you know? Yeah, and I was going to say back to the Wilder AJ fight, man. I mentioned earlier, I called in early on, the fight is not happening next year. We got, as much as I'd love for it to happen, it's not going to happen. There's mandatories. I just watched AJ's recent Sky Sports interview. He's talking about potentially dropping one of the belts because he's got 2 mandatories within the same period.
Miguelito.
Drive by.
The Incredible.
Drive by.
Jose Boomerang.
Yo. Just quickly, you know, one of the good things about this fight going international was, like Canelo, his interview saying he wants to fight in Japan. I wonder why Japan of all places. But I mean, I always think it's better if you could bring boxing to different countries. It just makes it, you know, it makes it a more worldwide sport, and I think they should do that. We're talking about AJ clinching. He didn't clinch, man. Like that wasn't that the shittiest clinch you've ever seen? That's like the kind of clinching like an amateur novice does. Like, you know, that's like border war style clinching, man. Did you guys actually think that was proper clinching? That shit looked horrible.
Don't gotta be proper to be effective.
It wasn't effective, man. Reese was like shaking out of it and punching him.
It was enough time for Pavone, who was in the pocket, to come in and make them wrist set.
Oh man, it was pathetic, man. I don't know how Ruiz didn't want to shake that off. I mean, overall, like Ruiz was just not prepared at all. Like he that was pretty much his only opening, was to allow AJ to clinch him, and then he could, like, you know, move himself off like he was doing and just hitting him. But I think the UK boys, unfortunately, man, Fury is. I'm saying it here. Everyone thinks he's God. Fury's a bum. Fury's going to get knocked out by Wilder. If he even fights him. I doubt that he'll even fight him, to be honest. I don't think that fight's going to happen. AJ's going to duck him. And I just don't know, man. I just think the UK, unfortunately, is going to have to jump on the Usyk bandwagon, maybe. And maybe Usyk will be something you guys can cheer for. But outside of that, man, the UK is going to go back to the dark days and back to being losers, boys. That's all I got. Peace.
Peace.
Jose, thanks for calling in. And appreciate the support on the Boomerang status. We're going to Bomb Boxing, Boomerang.
Hey, yo, what's up? You're probably going to hear my daughter in the background, but on the drive-by, she got me earlier. What's with that racist motherfucker coming here talking all that shit?
Nah,
I ain't even going to speak on that.
I'm not putting the Boomerangers on drive-by.
Oh, that's what's up. Nah, but I'm going to go back to a little bit of the topic. You already know how I feel about AJ. And But as far as Eubank Jr., God, man, did he not look like he was about to get knocked out in a round or two? I don't think so. And after that, he's a mandatory, right? Am I correct?
I don't think he's a mandatory.
No? Okay. Maybe I'm tripping a little bit. But as far as that concerned, man, I was kind of disappointed because I was really looking forward to seeing Eubank and what he could do, and I thought he was going to be a lot better than he was. But Korobov, man, Korobov was hitting him clean, and I don't know, man. That was kind of scary to see. And he got a fucking Christmas gift, 110% from Korobov's injury. But on top of all that, I just want to give love to you guys. Shout out you guys. I support you. I'm here for you. Mike, I'm going to go at you sometimes. Ness, I'm going to go at you sometimes. But we all know it's love. And I'm going to be in Texas. And I can't wait to meet everybody for the first time. And then shout out to my boy N.O. Stainless. All the people that have been down for a while. I appreciate all y'all guys.
All right, Bomb Boxing, thanks for calling in. We are going to Boomerang Stainless.
What up, Stainless?
Yo, give me 1 second, man. You know I stay on that Bluetooth. Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about this, man. My phone keep just trying to do everything except. Yo, I just want to say, again, it's been a great week of boxing. You know, I was very fortunate to not just get to commune with people on this podcast from the U regularly speak to, but I got to commune with people overseas. You know, regardless of what we feel about the way Anthony Joshua won, or how Ruiz looked, or how Dillian Whyte looks, at the end of the day, TBV is a boxing family. It's an international show. It might be American based, but all of us had a common thing that we want to see the best fights. We want to see the best fight the best, and if we can come on this platform and be respectful of each other's cultures and countries and everything else, then we can actually become a fearsome powerhouse.
Yo, you got something going on with your audio, brother. I don't know if you're still connected to Bluetooth.
That's my hold on, man. Oh God. Yeah, y'all can still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry. It's my Bluetooth. I stay listening on Bluetooth, but I have to switch out when I take the call because I know it messes it up for you guys and sometimes everybody else. But the point I'm making is, you know, I know it's Team USA and Team UK, but when it comes to us being fans of the sport, let's be Team Worldwide because we all want to see these fights. There's no, I think it was me, Stoneball, Josh from New Orleans, and CYP, you know, and I was making an argument. I think Crawford could beat, you know, Money Mayweather, you know, and I think Josh said like he could beat Pretty Boy or something like that. And eventually it became, I'm not going to tear one man down to build another man up. And that's the philosophy we should have on here as boxing supporters and supporters of TBV. And as I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast because it's TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you're stupid. And shout out to El Camino. Again, fellas, man. Thanks a lot. Peace.
Nice, Stainless, big dog. Thanks for calling in, homie.
All right. Going back to Drive-By. Caesar in Vegas. Talk to me.
Oh, man. Well, let me get my crow. And since I'm on drive-by, I'm just going to say, Andy, man, you let me down. You let la raza down. Your dad said you were going to fight con huevos, pero no con la cabeza, no con el cerebro. And I'm really upset. But I'm going to just crow like a man. And TBB for life, baby. Thank you guys again for a great show. You guys have a good night.
All right, brother. I hear you, man. I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain. Stunner, talk to us.
What up, Stunner?
What's up, Mike? What up, Ness?
What up?
Uh, all right, man. So, first off, let me just say I'm looking forward to the year 2020 because if you look at the situation, Anthony Joshua's next two opponents are two non-speaking Europeans, and Joshua isn't exactly too excited himself. So all the UK fans have to look forward to in 2020 is two boring press conferences and then AJ fighting two lackluster punchers. So in 2020, we shouldn't hear too much of Wilder AJ talk coming from the UK because, I mean, if you guys are truly AJ fans, like you guys say, and not just Wilder haters, you guys should be making plenty of videos and discussions about Pulev and Usyk. So you guys have fun in 2020, man. 2020's Wilder's year. Bomb Squad, we out, man.
Stunner, man. Thanks for calling in. Julio, talk to us.
What up, Julio?
Hey, what up, Ness? What up? What up? What up, Mike? Actually, I enjoyed the fight. I didn't think it was that boring like everybody said it was. I was kind of disappointed at Andy Ruiz's weight, but overall, I had a good time watching the fight. I watched a live reaction with Ness, and I don't know. I think it was a good time for boxing, but overall, can't complain.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Julio. CYP, Triple Ring.
Yo, I gotta, make sure y'all hear me. Y'all hear me good?
Yep.
All right. I like Stainless, but me and Stainless don't see eye to eye on everything, and especially when it comes to this UK kumbaya shit. Man, I've been online debating cats for years. Like, that's what I do. It's my hobby. These UK cats, along with some other people on other topics, they just evil people. Some of these dudes get up every single day to disrespect somebody that they don't know, never gonna meet, and if they did meet him, they ask for his autograph. That shit is pathetic, man. Y'all need to grow the fuck up. Some of y'all are grown-ass men. You hide behind avatars and you say things about successful people because you're mad about your own life. I don't mind debating. I love that shit. But when a fact is presented, take your L. Take it. I got to take my L's. You take your L. Don't ignore it and then come back. Well, you're a fucking bitch. Well, you're a fucking bitch. My God, we're grown-ass men. Get your fucking debate skills up. Y'all don't know how to debate. Y'all corny as fuck, and y'all jealous and angry. Y'all call me angry, but y'all can't come call in and say I ain't factual. Oops. Stop it. Stop that shit. Stop waking up tomorrow morning and getting in the chat early before the show starts and throwing hate on people's names. That ain't even got shit to do with the topic. That shit is weird. Straight up virgin style. And you wonder why you don't get laid. Because girls don't like that. Take it from a man who's always got laid, who got a bad one. They don't like jealous men. That shit is a nasty trait. Y'all need to grow the fuck up. Fuck that kumbaya. When y'all start respecting everybody else, we'll start respecting you. Until then, y'all can eat a dick, and that stands for eat a dick. Y'all got it. CYP out.
CYP out.
All right. Mr. Incredible is the only one. Intrigue Incredible. The Incredible. Intrigue the Incredible. Still hasn't talked going once, twice. We got the Gem. We got the Gem.
Mm-hmm.
That's everybody. It's been a long night. Mike, how you doing?
Awesome, man.
Final thoughts?
My weekend was pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 6, but the 6th was a draw, so I can't be too mad. But yeah, man, Andy, get back in the gym. Hopefully, you start listening to your coach more. You know, saying your pop said you really wasn't listening too much, things like that. So hopefully, man, you just rectify and identify what your mistakes were, and just come back, man, stronger and ready than ever. And AJ. Got the victory, was proud of how he came back from adversity. You know what I'm saying? Some people weren't impressed with his victory, but at the end of the day, he got the W, and his career is going to go on from here, and we'll see him in more big fights. But yeah, man, follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312, and follow me on YouTube at Mike on Sports.
All right, peace. Catch us tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern.